Hello, everybody. Welcome back. All right, who's going to hang out with me at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Thursday? If you're rewatching this later, thanks for rewatching it. I'm doing a wine and chats wherever I can squeeze them in. I know y'all have missed having them. Life's been hectic and crazy around here lately. Um, you'd think when you'd retire from a corporate job, you'd have more time, but that's not what happened. So I'm going to do these wine and chats wherever I can fit them in. So it just so happens Thursday at 3 o'clock was the best time to do it. So welcome everybody. How's it going? Happy wine and chat. So I'm going to start it off like any wine and chat. And what are y'all drinking on? Right now, I don't know if you can tell. This is the best I've sounded. I've been sick for like 5 or 6 days now. So I'm still sipping on my Irish tea. Irish breakfast. If I'm going to do tea or coffee, I prefer Irish breakfast tea. It's delicious. So I just brewed another one just in time for this. But what is everybody else drinking on here? This lovely Thursday afternoon. It is afternoon, even for the folks out in the West Coast. It is 12 o'clock there. Hi, Nova. How's it going? Oh my gosh, your class has been filling up like crazy. I'm so excited. Genova, if you don't know, this is backwards. This is her YouTube channel. Has great videos. She goes live a bunch, and I love popping in and trying to watch them wherever I can. She's teaching the making persimmon. I think I'm saying that right. The making persimmon pouches. It's a So Sweetness pattern. And it's a really fun domestic-based class that she's teaching at So Magical Texas, which I'm very excited about. Hi, Matt and Brittany. Is Matt there too? I feel like it's a little early. Is it just you, Brittany? Hi, how's it going? Can't wait to see you. I guess in Tennessee, right? Water and about to make some hot coffee. Thanks, Dina. I love my friends that love to text me when I'm on a live. They think it's very entertaining. Water, about to make some hot coffee. I'm gonna keep sipping my tea to make sure I don't start like coughing randomly on this live. Okay, it's not too hot. Good. Hi, Dee. How's it going? Oh, it's just Brittany. No, Matt. Okay, you're gonna tell him I said hi. I'm sending my love. So, okay, so we're gonna do this a little differently. I had 2 vendor teacher spotlights that I was gonna pop up, but I'm only gonna do one today. The other one was a little busy, so we're gonna reschedule that one. So I don't know if the other one saw that I could pull them in earlier or not, but that one's gonna be Julie from Off the Wall Quilt. She'll be joining us during this wine and chat. It'll either be in 15 minutes or 45. We're gonna find out. It's gonna be great. So stick with me on this fun ride. And I'll tell you all about what I've been up to lately, and I have some mail openings from the different places I've been traveling to. And also, I'm here to answer your questions. We've got Texas in 2 weeks from today. We will be doing early check-in. So y'all have Texas questions, please drop them here. I'm here for all the questions. I also dropped some fun other information recently. I think most of y'all seen it. I did use the add everyone tag, much to my own despise. But I was like, it covers so many different things that we're doing this year. If it's just Texas or just one of the SMEs or just a retreat, I won't use that at everyone. But I covered everything, so I was like, I have to. Alfie, I miss you too. I was just texting Terry Joe before this. I miss y'all. Yeah, it's been crazy. I feel like, y'all haven't seen me on Wine and Chat. I've been even just as absent with my friends. I've not been a good friend lately either. Been so busy. But yeah, so I miss everybody very equally. Ooh, somebody's got Gatorade. Okay, fun note. If I can't see your face or name, and you're watching this from Facebook, you can just click the link where you're watching this, and it's StreamYard.com/Facebook. If you click that, you can just give them your your permission so I can see your face and name. If you don't want to, no big deal. Just comment your name at the end so I get to know who I'm talking to. And then somebody's got the blue one. Code Red is like hardcore favorite. I did that when I was on travel recently because I just said screw it. I'm normally pretty good about not doing it. Oh, it's Glenn. Glenn, are you feeling better, bud? I'm glad you're drinking some Gatorade. Oh, okay. So we'll talk about like Texas a little bit first. There are still classes available. I did this on the last wine and chat and I talked about each class, but there's still quite a few classes that have seats available. There's only, I would say, a handful or so of the classes that did fully sell out, and there will not be additional seats for those. They're very limited for specific reasons. But yeah, lots of classes still available, and I'm very excited. We have seen quite an uptick in people last minute signing up for classes. I think people are like, okay, I only took 2. Maybe I could fit one more in. So I think everybody did the opposite of what they did for Florida. Florida, everybody went crazy and signed up for like 8 to 12 classes, which is a lot. And then everybody I noticed for Texas went, oh, I'm only going to sign up for 1 or 2. I'm like, no, like there's a happy medium here. We can sign up for more classes. So there's still seats available. There's no bad classes. They are all so fun. And I just can't wait. The teachers this year are just beautiful, amazing people. I'm so excited for it. Ooh, Lindsay's on. Hi, Lindsay. Lindsay's got smoothie, coffee, and fizzy water. I'm hoping those are all in separate cups because if they're all together, I don't know. Does it taste good? You can't judge something until you try it, right? Excuse me. Nova, I saw your note too that you're sick. For me, it's like it was going on travel for almost 3 weeks in a row with like a small break in between, and then changing weather and types of weather. So I went to 2 places that were cold, but not back to back. So I went like cold, not so cold, home to warm, and then back to a cold, but it was like a windy cold versus just a cold to your bones. Whew, buddy. Yeah, okay, good. You're switching it up, Lindsay. I'm glad to hear you didn't mix all those. Okay, so but for Texas, we just dropped the vendor layout. So I'll share that with y'all real quick. This is the final layout, but I always like to say, occasionally things happen and we might, have a tweak here and there, but I prefer once I release something, I like to keep it. That's what it is. So if you go onto the website and you go to the Texas section here, you can drop down to the vendors. And this is the main place we're going to put it. And if you scroll all the way down, you can see all of our lovely vendors. And each one is clickable. It will take you to their website. There's a couple on here that we were just waiting on their logos, but we did add a few last minute folks on here. So, and I know there's at least 2 missing. 3 missing on there. So in total, we have 39 vendors for Texas. I mean, I'm blown away by that. But just some amazing, amazing folks. I wonder if I can make this a little bit bigger for y'all. Oh, look at that. I can zoom in. Okay. So this is what y'all will be entering from. This set of doors will be closed. We're going to keep those closed. So this is a set of doors. There's 2 sets of doors here that you'll enter from. And you'll just go in, and there's so much to see in here. And the very back is we've got the stage. This is where the demos and some of the presentations will take place. There will be chairs in front of it, I promise. This is the Kayla sketch. This got sent off to the amazing Natalia, who is going to make this look much prettier than what I can do. And the programs are in its final stages of being edited and proofread, and then once the pretty version of this layout will come out with that, I promise. So, but for right now, you got to stick with Kayla's mediocre graphic design skills over here. There are going to be a couple tables back here. Just we found that a lot of folks like to have the preference to be able to sit down at some point. We do have, folks who have ADA or just need to be able to sit and take a break, but don't want to necessarily leave the vendor hall. So we're trying to listen to everything y'all are saying when it comes to your when you submit the information to the surveys, what you want. Obviously, I can't make everything happen, but I try to take your feedback and come up with creative solutions as best we can within this space and the limitations that we're given. So we've got some tables back there. Again, may not be in that exact setup, but they'll be in the hall, I promise. And then along this wall, we got some pretty big names here. So we got Uniquely Crafts. They do 5D diamond art. Really fun folks. Legit Kits. I don't know if you've seen them on Instagram. They're hilarious. They do these really gorgeous they're quilt kits. And I even said on Patreon the other night, like I would consider doing quilting and trying it again, but probably only with one of their kits. And I'm sorry for all of my other um, vendors who are have cool kits, but they're so dang pretty, and they look so easy to make. But they have one. They have what's it? The Statue of David. I think it's Statue of David, right? The statue, the that's very famous, the stone statue, and they have one that's a quilt kit for that, and it's got a fig leaf that is taped essentially onto the front of the quilt covering a certain part, and apparently that's like a highlight for them at their booth every show they do go to. So they told me this just the other day when I was talking to them. I think it's hilarious. I do need some miso soup, Alfie. Yeah, 39 vendors. I don't count my swag booth as one. But if you added that one, that's the 40, and that's the largest amount of vendors we've ever had. Yeah, we love to have seating, and I think the seating's good there for vendors too. Sometimes they just need to go take a break too. I have something special for vendors though, and I'm gonna try to keep it in all the shows going forward. I'm very excited for it. But that's something for the vendor group discussion. So Legit Kits, really cool. Off the wall, Uniquely Crafts and Legit are new to us as well this for Texas. And hopefully they'll come travel with us at some of our other shows. Off the Wall Quilt, we all know and love them. They are a teacher vendor. Julie will come on and talk to us later today in this wine and chat. And then we've got in the next row over, you've got Martelli, which we all know and love as well. They've been to our shows before. They will be at all 3 of the SMAS this year. So we're excited to have them back. We've got a new vendor, Sue Sparklers. She's got all sorts of really nifty things, laser cutout items. I believe she's got even those like their heat. You can affix them to your shirt like diamonds and stuff. Go check out their site. They have all sorts of stuff. Fabric Finders is a fabric printing company. When I was in New Orleans for signing, doing site visits for the New Orleans retreat, there was actually a quilt shop, sewing store there that had Fabric Finders fabric in there, and it's really cute. I actually bought some, and as I was buying it, I looked at the bolt and realized who it was. Then right below that, we've got KLM Crafting. They've been to our Florida show, so they're going to be coming back with us to Texas. And they have Caterpillar products, really cool light boards. They have cutting mats that go over top of it. Really nifty stuff. Next to them is Sewing World of Grapevine. They will have Brother, Juki, and Janome domestic sewing machines. They are a local sewing machine store to Grapevine, Texas. Their building actually used to be a Pizza Hut, I believe. So it was a fun story. So if you're in the area, you need a machine serviced in those categories. They cover those. It's really neat. I'm going to stop saying really neat at some point during this live. Above that, you've got Your Vinyl Source. They're actually the sponsor for the VIP tumblers. So if you're a VIP ticket holder, you're going to get a tumbler in your VIP bag this year for Texas, and it's really nifty. So they've got a variety of printed vinyls that are pretty cool. Next, you've got Sweetly Unique, who came to our Florida show, and she's got some really cool kits and different laser cutout items. And then above that, you've got So Many Creations, who is also at our Florida show. She's got a lot of notions. She's got zipper tape, really pretty corks, and she's got patterns. And she's also a vendor slash teacher. Caleb Crafting is also a vendor teacher, as is Uniquely Crafts. A lot of these amazing vendors are teachers. So if you take a class with them and you find out they're a vendor, please go visit their booth as well and let them know how they did, because they're all always curious how people like their classes. And it's so much fun. Oh, we got Becky. Hi, Becky. And Jennifer and Melanie and Jaded. Hi, everybody. Excuse me. Next, we've got, speaking of Melanie, we've got Zorel, who has been to so many of our Florida shows and is signing up to come on to all 3 of our shows for 2023. And they've got all sorts of things, fabric, tumblers, hardware, zipper pulls, tape, you name it, it's in their booth. And Melanie is also a teacher as well. Above that, you've got Salty Sews, who is the main people that I am doing the New Orleans retreat with. And Salty Sews is the sponsor for the Sew Down, which is the Saturday night party. They've got some really fun ideas for the Sew Down. You're not going to want to miss that one for sure. I heard there's going to be a very fun competition in this. There's also going to be line dancing and a few other really cool things. So that's Salty Sews, but they have all sorts of really fun things, fabric and notions as well. And then you've got Cast Iron Handcrafted, who sells interfacings, really, really cool interfacing. And I've found that the best way to buy them is at our shows, because she's always sold out, let me tell you. Hi, Janice. And hi, whoever said, hey, I can't see your face or name. So just heads up. Then we've got Sunny Sewing Machine, who I think most of us know have industrial sewing machines. Amazing stuff. I've just bought a whole slew of them for several retreats and unique events that I have coming out for this year and next. And so they are a classroom sponsor. And they're the reason why we have industrial machines in a classroom for our Texas show. So really cool. Yeah, Melanie, I need to stock up on a lot of things. I'm going to try really hard not to spend money in Texas. I was pretty good about Florida. I didn't buy anything. Trying to keep my streak going. Next to Sunny is Mormino. Lauren's booth is got to have a whole slew of items as well, fabrics and notions and things of that nature. And when I say a lot of these people have fabrics and notions, they're also unique from each other. They're really not the same. They all have their own style and have their own unique spin on everything they do. So that's why it's amazing to have so many of them, because maybe one of them's not your cup of tea, but another one might be. Right under that, you've got So Girly Fun, also a fabric-based company. And she was with us for Florida as well. Susie's a hoot and a half. We love her. Lauren is a teacher too, by the way, if y'all didn't know that. Under that, we've got TSC Designs. They are new to us. That is Joyce. She is amazing. She has these really cool inks, and you have to visit her booth and ask to see a demo on how she uses these inks on fabric. I was blown away when I saw it. So I'm not going to give the spoiler as to how she applies it, but it's super freaking unique and it's so cool. So highly suggest that. And I know she's going to be doing demos on the stage. Under that, you've got Dream Big Creations. They are new to us in Texas, and I'm very excited to have them join on board. They're also a Notions hardware-based company. Then you've got Yellow Rose Quilt. Yellow Rose Quilt is local to Texas, and I did hear if you bring something that needs to get long arm quilted, you can bring it to them in Texas and get a discount on it. So to our Texas show, let me rephrase it. And so definitely check out that one if you need anything long armed. So I feel like if I did get into quilting, I would definitely be hiring somebody to do this, because I'm not doing it. Next, you've got Thimbles for You. She does some really, really cool, what is it? Metalsmithing is the word. I can't think of the word, but she has these thimbles and she custom sizes it to you. And she also has really other unique things in her booth as well. She is not a teacher, but Carol Thurston, who's teaching the hand quilting and the English paper piecing, is if you're in those classes, you're actually going to be using thimbles where you'll get it custom sized to you to be able to use in class. And then I believe there's going to be a discount if you want to keep and buy that thimble after you take that class. So really cool collab there. There's my dog. Under them is the quilting cushion. I don't know if y'all go to OSQE or other shows, quilt shows. I feel like they're at all of them. So I was like, wow, look, we've got the quilting cushion at one of our shows. So they're just check it out. If you want something comfy to sit on or lean against, it's a pretty nifty booth. It's interactive. Let's just say that. Yeah, they have thimbles that are open on the tip that you can put your fingertips through if you have long fingernails. So if you're one of those people, check it out. Redfern is actually bringing irons. They are a household company. Sorry, trying to shut that door. They're a household company, product company, and they have they have irons. I'm blanking on which brand because I think we have somebody different coming to Tennessee, so I won't quote which one, but you can check out their image on the website. And then you've got Hollis Threads, which is another Notions-based company. And last row over here, I know. Don't make the mad face. Don't make the mad face. Make the happy face. I'm sorry if anybody else's dog is now barking. At the very top, we've got Quilts of Allure, which is a nonprofit company for the armed forces, which is really cool. So if you have a deep love for the armed forces or somebody in it, highly suggest checking out that booth as well. That means a lot to me to have them come out to one of our shows. Crosswind Creates is really nifty too. I think all of our spooky type people are gonna really like some of the notions she has in her booth. So check that out, especially if you do anything with hand stitching as well. And then you've got New Moxie, who came to our Florida show. So excited. They decided to come to our Texas show as well. I think they might be coming to Tennessee too. I got to double check, but love their setup. It was so freaking cool in Florida. So I hope they're doing the same setup in Texas. Then you've got Ray from Emporium Threads. Will have her slew of hardware, of course, in her booth. Under that, you've got Elia Jacksford Designs, which is one of our digitizers. She's also teaching as well. And she has really cool things. You can check out her booth and see all the different things that she has. Then under them, you've got Glitterbuck Fairy. They have a wide assortment of different vinyls as well. Lots of printed and plain ones. They've always got that cool glow in the dark. And then sometimes they have other notions. And then last up is, of course, a SMAS swag shop. You can go. I'm glad Loki's barking as well, too. And then you've got you can go to SMAS swag shop. So there's going to be a lot of already finished swag items for you to grab there. Our joggers. We will have mauve. I'm going to try to order some and get them in time to get to Texas. Because the mauve, I'm looking at them, they're behind my computer screen. The mauve got a little low when we opened them up for retail. So did the dark gray. So we'll try to order some more and have them in stock for Texas, but those will all be ready to go. We have sizes extra small to 2XL. They're very roomy. Spirit jerseys and t-shirts and hoodies are all made to order. So we have menus that you can select your design. And then the amazing Becky in our staff creates your custom apparel for the show. So really cool stuff there. And of course, there's going to be a slew of other things. We'll have a lot of our fabrics there. So if you didn't get some on the retail and you want to grab some, there'll be this. And then we didn't list some of our cruise stuff as retail, but we do have some of it in stock. There's going to be more. There's going to be a big retail drop after Texas. It should be shipping while we're in Texas. So, and yes, of course, duckies. I know, DK. How can I forget duckies? We've got the new duckies too. I'm like looking around. I don't even have. Oh, here, I've got one. We've got the two new ducky colors. We've got the fluorescent pink, and then there's fluorescent green as well. We've got some. It's not webbing. I can't remember what I called it. It's it's very lightweight. Almost like it's almost like a gross grain. Can be used for lanyards, wristlets. Lauren said it was like the perfect thickness she thought for doing a binding. If you wanted like a really fun binding, so I might have to try that out. I want to make a Catalina, and I think that would be really fun. So that's kind of what we got for vendors when it comes to Texas. So that's what we just released. Pop that out. And then here in the next day or two, I'll have the layouts of where the classrooms are in relation. So as of right now, all the classrooms, the So Magical Lounge, and the closet are all on the first floor. So you should not have a reason to have to bring your machine away from the first floor, which I was again, I'm listening to what y'all keep tell me about mobility and making sure it's easy for y'all. We're gonna situate everything kind of down there. The goal is for the closet to also still have the rental machines in it. So then that way, if you have to get a rental machine, all you have to do is come down to the classroom area. The closet's going to be right there as well. So Magical Lounge will also be down there. So that way, you want to hang out down there. It's all next to your classrooms, and you can hit everything up really quickly. And then the second floor will have D-Stash Bash, all the vendors, and then we're working on incorporating. I don't want to call it the quiet lounge because I don't necessarily want to guarantee that it's going to be quiet in there, but let's call it like the overflow lounge. So let's say like the Saturday night sew down party's going on and you don't necessarily want to be there, but you still want the 24-hour sewing lounge. You still want to go sew, you want to do something, or you just want to have sure, if you want to have nap time. I can't guarantee it's going to be quiet, but it'll be another room. It'll have some electrical in it so that you can bring your machine. And that will be next to D-Stash Bash, but that will be on the second floor. So that's probably the only time you'd have to bring your machine upstairs if you want to do that. But trying to give you all some flexibility on space. And if you do have that need to get away, I do know I had somebody suggest it to me in the past, and we'll try to incorporate it as we grow and have more folks who need accommodations like that, but who need, who have social anxiety, or who what is, I'm going to say the wrong word and I don't want to, but essentially they need that quiet time, that away space from people to kind of regroup themselves mentally. And I've seen it at one other show and I thought it was pretty neat, but somebody had brought it up to me. So again, I don't want to guarantee it's going to be quiet though. So just an extra thing that we're trying to add there. So that's kind of how things are looking. Early check-in will be on Thursday evening. I believe we have it situated for 6:30 at this point in time, and it's going to be in the Texan station. If you've been to Gaylord Palms, it's kind of like, it's equivalent to what the Rutgers is. Texan station is like a sports bar and grill. We will have a space set aside. You will still have to, if you want to eat and drink, it's on your own dime, but we will be there. You can grab your stuff and go. You can hang out with us, which I highly suggest. It's a really fun time to kind of mingle with folks, but you can grab all your stuff ahead of time. Call it the break room. Oh, that's a good idea. A break from people, noise, a moment to regroup and focus. I like that. That's great. How do you guys do hotel rooms? Okay, I see question. Again, yes, please ask questions because that's what I would like. How do you guys do hotel rooms if you come solo? So all the hotel rooms are booked on you. We provide a link, and the link gives you a discounted rate. We do this for literally everything except for the cruises, our retreats, and everything, because some folks are local, don't want to stay at the hotel. So whatever we do, we don't include the hotel room into the pricing of what we do to give people flexibility in their budgets and transportation and logistics. So if you come alone, you can book a hotel room on your own. There's also posts at the top of the So Magical Facebook group where you can, they're pinned up there and they say looking for a roommate. Just find the show that you're looking for. There's one for Texas, Tennessee, and Florida already up there. And there's either somebody who posted they're looking for a roommate, or you can post you're looking for a roommate. It's all done on your own. We don't facilitate anything. And it's kind of like at your own risk, I say, because I'm not going to put two people together. Who knows if both of you hate snoring and both of you end up being snorers, you know? So it's kind of something that we ask that you facilitate on your own, but we do give you the forum to be able to kind of figure that out. Great question, though. But we will do that also for our retreats as well. We have enough rooms in our room blocks that are discounted that you can go ahead and select those rooms, or you can, sorry, I lost my train of thought. You can select those rooms on your own, or you can try to buddy up with somebody. And each one of those retreats and events will have their own Facebook group. So whatever weekend that already sold out, that is the workshop that I helped put on for Lauren Mormino, has his own Facebook group and everything. And we've already got a couple folks who are trying to get roommates as well. So it's kind of how we kind of facilitate all that. So yeah, so that's everything on Texas that I wanted to bring up. How do you find the link? So I'll show you real quick. If you go onto the website, if you go onto the website, on each show, you can see there's under each one, it says Texas Hotel, Tennessee Hotel. You can go onto it. Let's just click Tennessee since I'm here. You can go onto this link, and it gives you information about the location and more information, details, what's included in your stay. And then you click the book your room, and it takes you off to the Gaylord's website. And this is where you're going to go ahead and put in your check-in. We always have this blocked out is where we have guaranteed discounted rooms. And these outside of them, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. So let's say you're checking in Thursday and you want to check out on that following Monday, which we always highly suggest. And you can adjust here. You hit search, and it's going to go ahead and pull up those different room rates for you. So all of the hotels can be found on our website. There are links in our Facebook groups for those as well, but it's just going to link you back to that website. So best place to always look is on there. There's FAQs, there's hotel discounts, there's information about our vendors. Whenever classes drop, there's information on the classes. There's a lot on there. So always try to check those websites first. Okay. I guess I'll talk on Texas. The discounted room rate did already close. I don't believe you can get on there anymore. If you can, props to you. Gaylord told me it was done, but if you get on, that's awesome. And a lot of things close next Thursday evening. So the fashion show application closes, class signups close. All of that kind of closes off and is finalized because we are 1 week prior to the show. And, our team all has to travel and get there. So it's a little bit harder for us to be able to update all those things. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you needed to put in your fashion show application, we still have room. It's good. It's really cool. The room that we have for the fashion show, it's got mirrors on either side. So you can really strut your stuff, and anybody can walk anything down the runway. And it's prize based. So whoever enters the fashion show wins prizes. It's really cool. And yes, vendor map is already up for y'all. So lots of fun things there. Yeah, okay, that's all I think I had on Texas. If there's any more questions on Texas, yeah, please drop them and let me know. All right. After Texas, we do have So Magical at Sea. I did see a couple questions people asking, what are the classes? I thought it was going to be dropped in January. Yes. Technically the classes, the majority of the classes were already dropped. What you're waiting on is the itinerary, like the exact times of everything. I'm working to try to have those up tonight or first thing in the morning. We did have to have a couple tweaks with the cruise line before I could drop anything. So I just wanted to make sure that was like perfectly squared away before I did anything for y'all. So definitely um check in on the Facebook group if you're in there and you're looking for that. I will post that there, and I'll add everybody in that specific group. So Magical at Sea for the December one still has spaces available. That one is currently planned to have both sergers and sewing machines. So we're going to have like clothing based classes, bags, and then a crafting class as well. So really, really fun stuff. That one goes to the Coco Key, which is Royal Caribbean's private island, as well as Cozumel, Mexico, which is my favorite place to go to. So there's still spots on those. That one's still left. Oops. All right. And then the next show that we have after Texas is our Tennessee show, which is in June 30th. That one, class information will drop at the end of February. So after Texas, you'll starting to see announcements and things like that, but it will be just the images. All the class information is planned to be done and ready for y'all to view by the end of February. And then in March, dates to be announced will be class signups. We typically give you at least 2 weeks to kind of look over everything, what you want to grab and all that. So, so just update on that. We still do have the teacher applications closed on that. We're done taking teachers at this time, but the vendor application still open. From what it looks like, we still have some room left. All the vendors listed on the website are not all the vendors who are coming. A lot of them are getting processed still, and their announcements will be getting added to the website and posted on the group. I think you've been seeing the post from Alex in the Facebook group all week, and those are starting to come in. And really excited for the lineup that you're going to see in Tennessee as well. Gaylord Opryland's huge. Hold on one second. Okay. That show is actually going to be in the Gaylord Opryland, and then that hotel, those discounted rates are still available. Those rates are going to stay available until 1 month prior to the show opening. All right. Let's see. We got another question. Are there surgers available to rent for Texas? No, there are no surgers available for Texas at this time. The goal is for by the time we get to Tennessee to have some surgers available to rent. But at this time for Texas, we do not have those. So you will have to bring your own. All the classes that say it's suggested that you bring a serger, you can bring a sewing machine with a zigzag stitch. Our sewing machines that we have, that we provide for rentals, have that zigzag stretch stitch in it, so you can use that. The only one class I know you cannot use it on is the Serger 101 class, because it is for sergers. So you can bring your serger to that one, but no other machines. So great question, but for Texas, that will not be the case. All right. I see Julie. Julie, are you ready? I can't hear you, so you got to nod or shake your head. No, she said not yet. Okay, cool. I'll keep rambling then. So, okay, good. We've got Julie from Off the Wall Quilt who's going to be coming on with us. We're going to do a vendor teacher spotlight. Like I said, she is coming to all of our 2023 shows and is vending and teaching, and she's definitely one of our cheerleaders over here. We love her. Okay, so I'll talk about the last show before we bring Julie up then. And so the third show that we have for Florida for 2023 is our Florida show. It's been our longest standing show. This will actually be our 5th year doing it at Gaylord Palms. It's our 5th time doing SME in Florida. It's going to be September 22nd through the 24th. I'm just It's gonna be huge. Oh my gosh. The amount of vendors already coming in. Yes, vendor applications still open on that. I do believe we're gonna probably hit a wait list on that. So if you're wanting to get in on that, please apply to that ASAP. The teacher applications are open for that, and those will stay open. I believe I have until end of February or early March. So if you're wanting to start wanting to teach as well for Florida, you must get those in as well. Those because as soon as Tennessee classes get out there, Florida's next in line, and those will start coming out, and it's gonna be a hoot and a half. And for that show, we will have industrial machines, we will have sergers, we will have embroidery machines, we will have sewing machines, we'll have everything under the sun for that show, hands down. Let me make sure. Baltimore 2024. I can't guarantee where we're going in 24 just yet. 24, there's lots of plans and work for 24. But y'all will know as soon as I can say anything, I promise. And okay, so for Florida though, vendor apps are open, teacher apps are open. You'll start seeing the vendors loading up on that page. The rooms did just open up, the discounted hotel rooms. Those typically for Florida sell out. So I highly suggest try booking them sooner rather than later. I had a couple people, don't quote me on this, a couple people said when they went to go do it, it just asked for a credit card, but it did not take the first deposit. I was always told that they will take at least one night's deposit. So just kind of know that when you go into it, it's probably going to take that. But they have a cancellation policy up to 72 hours in advance. So highly suggest going in, booking it, getting at the discounted rate. And if you have to drop later, you can drop later. And there will be no penalties up to that 72-hour window. There is half off parking. I always got to state that as well. And yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to cover, like really quick for Florida. Good over there, Julie? You ready now? Okay. I'm going to pull up Julie now. Okay, everybody give a warm welcome. Hi, Julie.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, hectic, but I'm here.
You made it. Oh, wait, not yet.
Yeah. Do I look dark? Here,
all right, can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm. Can you hear me?
You're a little staticky, but I don't know if it's me or if it's the computer. I'm gonna wait to see if anybody says anything. Everybody's saying hi, Julie. Hi.
Okay.
I think you're very well.
Bluetooth.
Okay, yeah. Try that.
Oh,
you're very
for the
famous.
So big I can't see it.
We gotta love technology, don't we?
Yeah, there. Is that better?
Yes, much better.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I know I can hear myself, so I know you have a little delay with me, but that's okay.
Okay.
How's it going?
It is going good. Can't wait. I have 2 events before Texas, so.
You have 2? We're in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You're 3 shows back to back?
Yeah, we've got shows back to back for almost 3 months, I think, so.
Oh my gosh, what shows are you going to?
Oh, kind of some small ones around here. Vero Beach is a guild, and I'm teaching at some stores and doing Lakeland and Daytona and
oh, fun.
Yeah, we're actually cutting back this year, but I know it sounds busy. So.
It's still busy. I mean, cutting back for you is still way more than I think most people do. Oh man. Well, I'm so glad that you wanted to come on and hang out with me today.
Yeah, and it was a real quiet day just working at home, and then all of a sudden everything started happening. But I didn't run out of gas on the way home, so that was good.
That's a great thing. I'm glad you did. You're very popular in our SME group now. Everybody's like, Julie. Oh my goodness. Okay, so for those that don't know who you are, go ahead. Tell us, like, who are you? What is Off the Wall Quilt and all the fun stories?
Yeah, so my husband and I own Off the Wall Quilt, and we started it in 2013. And I just started quilting in 2010, so I haven't been like quilting all my life or
Hold
anything.
on. So this is your 10th year?
Um, yeah, the business, you're right, it is, yeah.
Yeah. Well, happy anniversary.
Thanks for telling me because I didn't realize that.
I'm like 2013. That was 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, 10 years. Wow. So it's been a ride. Yeah. And I used to be a tax professional and business manager, and my husband was an engineer with Boeing. So, um, talk about where you never thought you'd grow up to go and be. Here we are.
Yeah.
And having a lot of fun. And so, yeah, we go to shows. We mostly run our business through shows and online. We don't have a, a storefront, although people are discovering our warehouse and coming by and picking stuff up, which is kind of
Oh,
fun, really. Yeah, you
I
can always
might have to
order
like
and say
come
pick up.
by. Oh, like I'm
Yeah.
just gonna order something random from you now just so I can swing by.
Well, we just got, you don't know this, we just got two new lasers.
Did you really?
Yeah, and we just brought the first one up a couple days ago, and the second one should come up tomorrow. And then we're getting like a giant one in a few weeks.
Is that the Aeon that Rick was looking at that one show?
No, we decided to go with Boss.
Oh, I heard they're pretty good too.
Yeah, and they're half a mile from us, so that helps.
Oh, that works out really well. I didn't know they're
Yeah,
here in Florida too. Aeon's here in Florida as well, but
yeah, and
they're down south.
they're growing so much right now. We tried to go see them, and they didn't even have a showroom set up at that point.
No.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so we went to Boss, and they were
That's
closed. So,
exciting. So you're
yeah,
expanding a little bit. You're adding more capabilities or just being able to pump out more?
yeah, it's gonna speed it up. So we're going to be selling. We're gonna have some lasers for sale if anybody's looking for a big laser. Um, and they run
That's
great.
a few
It's just
later.
that, yeah, the new ones are about 2.5 times faster.
Yeah.
And so it's just time. We're pumping out so much stuff right now. We can't have lasers going down. We've got a lot of orders, and so very exciting.
I'm assuming this is your daughter on here saying, "I don't need to buy anything from you to come visit."
I don't know. Oh yeah, I did.
At the
Yeah,
end. Hi, Jen.
you come anytime. So yeah, we make all kinds of rulers. We do custom rulers and gadgets and stuff for people, and we make design walls for quilters, and we make it all here in Florida. Some of the pieces come from around the world, but we
Yeah.
put it all together right here, and we work with large orders and small orders. It's really fun to help a designer or a bag maker put together their first templates. And Rick gets scribbles on napkins and people just describing things and things that can't mathematically be done. And he has a lot of fun. I don't know if any of the other ruler companies offer engineering. And so
Yeah.
he takes stuff and he gets all the angles exactly right. And he does all, he loves it. That to him that's really fun. And
Yeah.
I'm a quilter, so I can try things and explain to him what the end result should be. And
Right.
so we have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, you did, for the Florida show, you did Sonar's
Yeah.
template for her patterns, which I thought I didn't realize that, and you're like, "Well, I gotta go give her templates." I'm like, "What? You're doing people's templates?" I think that's really cool, so if anybody's in the market, who
Hmm.
has patterns, because I know there's a couple people watching right now who are pattern designers, that's
Yeah.
something you also do. You do business to business, not just to consumers.
Right. And there's a couple exciting things about that. And we remember being just starting off and being a teeny weeny tiny company and going to get templates made, and they wanted you to get like 10,000.
Yeah.
And we'll never forget that. And so we have deals for small companies that a lot of people, their first run of templates is maybe 150 to $200.
Yeah. You
And
gotta start somewhere, and it's hard
yeah,
to, you have if you can't get in and not drop, if you can get in and not drop like tens of thousands of dollars and
yeah,
test it out and make sure you can get in it, then that's how the businesses grow. And it's so cool that you actually work with the small businesses, and I think that's, why we've always clicked is, you gotta start
yeah.
somewhere, right?
You do. Oh, I forgot, Kayla, we got to talk. I want to give you all new rulers for the classrooms
Ooh, oh, with
because
the easy.
yeah, the easy grip. So that's
Oh,
the other
yay!
exciting thing. You can't really see. You can't see it because it's clear. It's on the back of this ruler. You can kind of see
Oh,
there
you
in the
can kind of
reflection.
see the
Yeah,
texture.
it's very clear still, but it's a little bit. There's a little bit of a coating, and this is ours. It's brand new. We just released it last month, and we're coating the backs of rulers, and we do them for custom rulers too. And these rulers are great. They don't stick, but you put any weight on them and they don't slide anymore. And then you
Yeah.
lift up the weight of your hand and you can move it. So we definitely need those for all the classrooms.
Yes.
I've been teaching classes now using the Easy Grip rulers, and as a teacher, it is just night and day. The students aren't struggling at all, and
Yeah.
it's going to work beautifully like on vinyl. I know a lot of people in this group use vinyl,
Uh-huh.
and it'll just make all the difference in the world when you're not miscutting fabric. Everything starts with a good cut.
It looks like Becky already bought one off of you and
Yeah,
says
she
she
did.
loves it.
Good, good. So, yeah,
Yeah, I'm
and
excited. You gave one of those rulers away for our 6 and 7K Facebook giveaway. And so I'm really excited for that person to get it. And because I keep saying I'm like, I'm gonna buy it, but I'm like, I'm gonna just wait for Texas. So I appreciate that. Yes, we're gonna match up because so if y'all don't know, if you've ever been into one of our classrooms, the very vibrant colored rulers that are provided in the back of the classrooms for y'all to be able to cut things out all were sponsored by Off the Wall Quilt. And so they're really hard to lose, which is my favorite thing about them.
yeah.
So yeah, so like we'll talk after this for sure.
Well, good. Yeah, the Easy Grip has just been fantastic. And we do the neon green and the neon orange, but we also do clear. And we're not cutting very many clear yet because the colored ones are more popular.
Yeah.
So if you know that you really want clear, if you had ordered ahead of time and just put on their local pickup and then in the notes put Texas, we'll bring it. And so there won't be any shipping. But it's actually a proven thing that some people can't look at neon colors.
Really?
Yeah, so we're not gonna stop making clear. It's just that when we have them side by side, we'll sell like 20 neon ones to one clear. So
Of course, yeah.
they're
I would
kind of
buy
low
the
priority.
neon any day,
Yeah, yeah. So
especially green.
yeah, they're pretty. And I shouldn't admit this. I'm a little bit colorblind. So
Are you
yeah.
really?
So we the reason we do the orange is because I ordered the wrong color one time. But everybody liked it, so we have green now and orange. But
That's okay though. We do like it. Somebody asked the question, you're gonna have the easy grips for sale at the Texas show?
yes, we'll have as many as we can. We're bringing on about 10 new ones a week, and they're literally selling as fast as we take them um, down off the racks. So hopefully we'll have the new lasers up this week, like I said, and start producing a little faster. So we'll probably have 40 to 50 different kinds by the time we get there.
Wow, that's so exciting though. I saw when y'all got the new technology in and you were getting trained and everything on it. I just think it's so neat that you keep innovating and pulling in new things to the business. Like you're continuously growing and kind of evolving with everything, making sure you're providing the best products for what not just like quilters need, because even though you're named Off the Wall Quilt, like
Yeah.
it's for all sewists and crafters. Like it doesn't need to be just for sewists.
Yeah, and most of our rulers now are customer driven, or it's because I needed it because I really am a quilter and I have made some bags and stuff, and so
Even though you
it's
say you're
just
not a quilter.
so. But yeah, we pretty much just create stuff that is suggested by customers, and the nice thing about us doing it in house too is we can change things really fast. I mean, little things like the holes in the rulers needed to be a little bit bigger so they would fit on the hooks that stores use.
Mm-hmm.
So no problem. We just did it.
Easy fits.
Yeah. And we had detailed feedback on the first ruler, so we've improved some of the numbering and the lines are changing, and we can just do that. We can go, this needs to change, and tomorrow it'll be changed. So.
And so the next batch going out is good to go. No problems.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So yeah, lots of fun. And so yeah, we're vendors. We like I said, just have a lot of fun. And I know some of you were very sad that you missed out on those really cool seam rippers in Orlando.
Yes.
But Rick will have his in Texas.
Yes,
A lot of people.
Rick has some really cool ones as well. I know Becky came over and Rick and her were like chatting it up about different seam rippers, but Becky won't be at Texas, but Rick
And
will.
I have this idea for Florida, and I haven't even talked to Becky about it. But what if
Becky's listening. Go ahead.
let's challenge the two of them to we'd call it a turn off, because when you make those, it's turning, right? You're turning them. So
Yeah.
what if they had a turn off and they both set up their lathes on the stage and they make a really cool seam ripper, and then people could vote with their money. So whatever it is, $1 or $5, and they throw it in a jar, and the one who who's
Got the bigger jar.
who has the most money, donate all the money to their favorite charity.
I love that so much. I'm
Or
waiting
to the SME charity, whatever we're doing, but
Yeah.
wouldn't that be fun? And they could be a little competitive because they get along great. They think it's fun to have a bud that does that, and we could make it kind of fun.
I
So
love that so much. Yes.
let's
That's
see what we could do. But in the meantime, Rick has really cool pens too. You should come check out his pens. He's got some really cool steampunk ones and skeleton ones and cat. And he also has the chalk holders. And I know that with all the things that we make, we often have to mark lines and things.
Yeah.
And I have a real problem. All I need to do is pick up a piece of chalk and I break it instantly. So this is a holder that's really pretty. It's turned, and I never break my chalk anymore. In fact, I was able to stuff all my broken pieces in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one. I need to come by and check it out because yeah, if you especially on certain vinyls or even like minky type fabric, you can't mark that with like my favorite tool is a silver marking pen. Sometimes it doesn't work. So
Yeah.
I use chalk. That's really cool.
Yeah. And we have this chalk that has a little wax mixed into it. And so you can just iron it off. And it doesn't take much heat at all. So you could even mark your vinyl and just run a slightly warm iron over it and it would erase it.
Oh, that's amazing.
So
That's
yeah.
so cool.
We always have cool stuff. We're always looking around for things. But we do make almost everything in our booth. So and then I'm also a teacher.
Of course.
So I do
What
that
class
too.
are you teaching, Julie?
I'm teaching the angle play one, which is a really great, simple quilting one. And it works really good for people who've never quilted, but people who have quilted like it too, because it's playing with angles and colors. And we only print quilt blocks for students in this class. So
Yes.
we had a lot of fun in Florida. The lady with the dog pooping.
There was a dog pooping one?
You didn't see? I think I posted it. I'll take a minute.
I do know. I need to see that one though for sure. That's hilarious.
It's so funny. And I was kind of scared. I thought she either did this on purpose or she sent me the wrong picture. But I had 40 people in that class. I didn't have time to have a conversation about every picture, so we just printed it. And she did. She wanted it. It was funny. And then we had a woman that had just gotten married the week before.
Oh, yes. I saw that one.
She sent me a picture from their wedding and we printed it up. So that was really cool. So there's still room in that class. And I wanted to bring it up because lots of times people say, when I get better at sewing or I get better at quilting, I can do that complicated stuff you do. And I just want to tell you as a teacher that I love to have beginners. I need you to know the basics of operating your sewing machine because I can't sit down and teach you that. But that's really all that you have to know is that. And I can take you from there. And if you come in and we're holding those funny round knives that we cut with and you've never seen one before, you just tell me. And in about 2 minutes, I can train you to safely use a rotary cutter. And it's simple, short seams that we'll be making. And you can make some really cool stuff. Because what I'm teaching you is what I learned first.
Yeah, and I'll say that. So whenever you're in your booth too, you do demos and you have like a little table. So I highly suggest, and I've gotten a lot of requests, like I need to better understand how to cut with my rotary cutter. Just go to Off the Wall Quilt's booth and Julie will teach you proper techniques because she would rather you go to her and learn and do it right and not get hurt.
Yeah, it's kind of a rule that you should never bleed on your material that you're using. So yeah,
Typically,
important.
it's a good thing. Yes.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
I love questions. I love beginners, and I can lots of times help people with a couple of tips, cut better.
yeah.
So
Yeah, and I know a lot of people who are not quilters will go into your class and learn the techniques and then use them for other things.
yeah.
Like I've seen them do the simple angle play and then take it and use it for bag making, or they've used it in garments, like they've slashed a hoodie and they kind of done that same technique on a sleeve and things like that. So it's got different applications besides just what you would think. And I think
Mhm.
that's what's just really fun about it. You just teach it and you teach it so well that they just walk away and now can do it again on their own in different ways.
So yeah, don't be scared. And I also, if you just can't make the commitment before you get there, as long as I have space, I'll have enough kits.
Yeah.
So in my classes, you can walk in, or you can come and sign up with me at the booth ahead of time, and I'll put your name on a kit that way. But I always bring the full number of kits, and sometimes people want to buy the kit separate from the class, and so I try to have some extras for that, because of course we also have,
Oh,
the
I was gonna
candy
get
cane
mine. I was
class.
like eyeballing it. It's sitting over here because I was using it earlier. I use mine all the time. I put my tumbler in it all the time. And then I put my pins. My pins are always in it on my desk.
Yeah, these are really fun to make, and if you're looking for something great for gifts or for like craft fairs, this is a great project to do that. So okay, you're gonna show us. It's on a tin can. You
Yeah,
don't have to bring a can.
yeah.
Cool.
And just slides right on. And you
Yeah.
just I love this thing. I mean, I'm telling you, I use this thing all the this is the one Julie made. And she used it as a sample for the class, and it was sitting in her booth. And she's like, "Here you go." I'm like, "Oh, I get to keep it." So I use it all the time in my office when I'm working, so I don't lose my dang cup or spill it. But I've seen people put like scissors instead in
Mhm.
here, and then they put their other little tools here. So it's really good to take to class because again, I always have a drink with me, and I put this is my 20 ounce, but my 30 ounce tumbler fits in here too. I love it.
Yeah, that was why I made it that size, the pattern that size, because I wanted to put my cup or water bottle in it, because I knock mine over all the time.
I'm the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was definitely perfect.
And then
That's
am I teaching something else too? I can't remember.
yeah,
Um,
horsing around.
a horse and around. Oh, duh.
You just posted it right before I went live saying you're cutting kits for it. What are you doing?
So that's a lot of fun, and you can actually do that class and do no sewing. If you don't bring a sewing machine, you can still come to the class. And if you just don't want to sew, that's okay, because we're going to be fusing, which is, gluing. I am going to teach you also, though, how to quilt, which means sewing the layers together, so batting in the top and the bottom, in a really easy way. I've had people take my class and burst into tears because they thought they couldn't do what we call free motion, which means you guide the fabric,
Yeah.
using lines or templates or rulers or anything. And
Mhm.
I'm going to teach you 3 simple steps that make it really easy. We're going to throw out all the rules, and I have never had anybody that couldn't do it. Now, don't come in to try to prove me wrong, okay? But like I said, I've had people just say they were never going to try, even because it was so hard and they'd failed so much. And you're not going to fail in there. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. And it's just fabric and thread, okay? This is
Yeah.
not life and death. This is fabric and thread.
Yeah, Diane said she took your class in Florida. She hopes you're in Tennessee.
Yeah,
We're
we're
definitely
planning on it.
I was gonna say, last I checked, you were coming to Tennessee in Florida, right?
Yes. I just signed the Tennessee paperwork last night, I think. So.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that coming. I was like, oh, great. She's still coming to hang out with us. We haven't lost her yet. And then Diane also said she needs to learn free motion. So highly suggest taking this class. So you've done a different version of this class in the past, but it's
Mhm.
the same techniques kind of there. But
Yeah.
we've taught the manatee one a few
Mhm.
times with us.
Yeah.
So we figured switch it up, do some horsies.
Yeah. So, and the horses are just are just so fun because, you can see, like, if you look at my sample, if you use some kind of wild and crazy fabrics on it, you end up with actually horses that have motion and movement, and they're
Yeah,
very interesting. So we'll play with fabrics. I'm bringing a variety. The fabrics that you see in the picture I posted aren't the only ones. They were just
right.
neatly stacked. So
They were there, they're ready. But yeah, and then I love all the fabrics that you end up choosing. And then I think how you have your class set up is really fun. Like, and just kind of pick and choose from like bins, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so it's very like freeing and like I don't know, whenever I walk in, like I want to pick out a kit when I'm sitting there because it's just like, oh, there's little things I can it's like being a kid in a candy store. You can like it's the baggie of candy and you can just go up to each little hose and fill it up with what you need. You know
yeah.
what I'm talking about? That's what it feels like to me. It's fun. You make the classes fun, and that's what I really appreciate.
Good, because I always tell my students, if you're not having fun in my class or your project's not coming out right, it's
Mhm.
not your fault. It's my responsibility. So I just need to know, and I'm going to change something up, and we're going to have fun, and we're going to make your project work for you. And like I said, I welcome everybody. I no, I don't welcome children running around. I'll say that because that's not good for this other students.
No.
But if you even have a kid that has done some sewing and works well with you, that's fine too.
Yeah.
And if it's your very first project, the horse one, literally anybody can do. So
I've seen some people that were like beginners in your
yeah,
class and they walked away with something that I thought somebody who's been sewing for a little bit like had done. So yeah, exactly. It's really cool.
good. Yeah, will be fun. It'll be fun.
Wonderful. Okay, so did you want to tell us anything else? Like I'm at a loss of what else to ask you because I think we've talked so much.
Well, good. Somebody said it's like a vacation class, no hard and fast rules. Yeah, that's me. Um,
Yes.
I started, I'll tell you the story in class of how I started quilting, and it was truly accidental, and I knew no rules. And then when I started learning quilting rules, I was afraid I had lost my creativity because there were so many rules. And so I've kind of stepped back, and some rules are good, like don't cut yourself and bleed on your fabric. But um, there's a lot of times in my class that I'm going to say, go ahead and try. Or, don't worry, we don't need a bunch of rules for that. Um, lots of times we cut our fabric backwards accidentally in my class, and that's okay. We just use it backwards.
I've done that a lot. Okay. I've been sewing for quite a while. It's hard not to do sometimes.
Yeah, and a good seam ripper can cover up most mistakes. So yeah.
Exactly. Also true. Yes.
So yeah, I really hope that nobody stays out of any class at So Magical because they think they're not good enough yet.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the teachers, and they're all just delightful, friendly people. There's nobody with a big head, um, and everyone's just wanting you to join in and have a great time, and
Yeah.
teaching skills that you can build on. So don't hold back. Sign up for those classes. I mean, if you've already bought a ticket, anyways, use the ticket to the max and get in the classes. And
Exactly.
we know this first year is the only time you're going to have this much flexibility to be
Oh,
able to
oh yes.
dive in, so
Yes, for sure. Yeah, there's lots of room. For sure. And it's just gonna be so much fun. I'm looking forward to it. And I think Texas is definitely going to be setting the year off on the right foot for the whole year, for sure.
yep, I can't wait. Um, and we're bringing my daughter Jennifer too. A lot of you have met her, or if you've ever ordered from us, she's does customer service and shipping for us, and so she's really fun to
We
hang
love
out
it.
with. And she actually goes to all the parties and stuff. I'm down in we call it the adult bar. Um,
You came to at least one party on the Florida show, and I was very proud of you and Rick. You made your appearance. I was impressed. Like,
Well, I
wonderful.
want to do the early registration with you again because that was really fun. So I
Are
can say
you
hi to
gonna
everybody.
go?
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
come help. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if those that don't know, another part of their business that they do, they print all of our badges for us. So if you come to a SME, all the badges are printed off by Off the Wall Quilt, and they do that for us. So poor Julie got wrangled into helping me sort them at the Florida show, because it was longer lines than we expected. But we should be okay this time.
We will. And now I know how to organize them for you. But I just loved standing there saying hi to everybody. So
yeah, I mean, you got to see every single face no matter what. So, and it's fun because Alex is going to be there. Alex is one of our employees. Alex just said, "I'm so excited for Texas." Alex is going to be hanging out with us too. So yeah, we'll have a nice chill time. We'll get some drinks and some food, and we'll pass out badges and bags, and yeah, it's always a blast.
It is. Maybe we'll have Rick come stand next to you, because then everybody can find you.
That probably would be a good idea. He is a very tall individual, and I am not. Especially when I'm sitting down. I really like meld in. But I have this green hair now, Julie, so I might be a little easier to find.
That might help. Yeah, it might help. Yeah.
Oh, Roberta hasn't met you yet. Roberta is a Texan, and it's going to be their first show. So I'm excited. There's quite a few people who have been following SME, who've been in our Patreon groups and stuff like that, who are like, this is their first show. So they get to meet some of the famous SME vendors like you.
So Roberta, could you put in a request with someone to warm it up there though before we get there?
I know, right? What is this random sleet that they're getting? What the heck?
Yeah, that's why we stay in the South during the winter, and it's not working.
Don't worry, we'll bring all the Floridians over to Texas and warm it up. It'll be.
I know, because it's kind of warm today, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, I'm like, why did I put this on? But I'm inside. The AC's on. I'm okay. Oh, and then I was thinking, I don't know when y'all are driving out, but I'm like, maybe I'll be able to get something on my van beforehand, because Legit Kits is gonna be there, Maxine's gonna be there.
Yeah.
And then I'll put my van, my very plain van, because it's not wrapped yet, right next. Did I tell you I got a van?
Yes.
Yeah, so I wanna be cool. So she'll try to hang out with them.
You should be able to get some big magnets before then.
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do, to get the magnets at least. Explain who Maxine is, though, because Maxine's famous. Maxine has their own page.
Maxine is our sprinter van. She's also she's our logo.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah. So she's an overlong sprinter van, kind of like Amazon drives around in.
Mm-hmm.
And we picked her up used. It's been a few years ago now, and she was 6 years old when we got her, and she ran great. She only had 20,000 miles on her, but
wow,
isn't that crazy? Cool. And she's a diesel, so but she had a little bit of discoloration because she was outside in Florida here. So we got her wrapped. That had always been my dream. And I sent over the design I wanted, and the printer was like, "Oh no, that's going to be way too bright." And I said, "Well, I know, I made the quilt." And they're like, "That's a real quilt?" And I said, "Yeah, it is." And I want everyone to notice us when we drive down the road. So when they wrapped it, they matched the seams better than I do when I quilt. We can't believe it. It looks so good. And everybody comes up and talks to us. And so if you come by our booth, we'll give you a little acrylic Maxine that you can have.
Yes.
To remember us. So it's really fun. We talk to people everywhere that come up, and hopefully we'll have our matching shirts by then too.
You're going to have matching shirts? Oh my gosh. I love that so much. Yeah. I know so many people, like whenever I go to shows, I purposely would drive around the parking lot for a little bit to find her. And I typically take my selfie and say, "Look, Julie, I'm here. I'm going to come find you." But like, people have taken pictures of you driving down the road because it's so dang noticeable. But Legit Kids also they have a decommissioned EMT truck, and that they turned into what they use. And so I just love seeing y'all park next to each other at shows now.
And there's another company to watch for called Quilt Passions out of Hawaii.
Oh.
And they have a mini bus, and it's wrapped in a turtle quilt.
What?
So hopefully we'll all be somewhere at the same time where we can.
Do they bring it over from Hawaii?
No, they leave it here.
Oh, I was going to say, like, that's dedication.
No, but they just bought a passenger a little kind of a minibus, a passenger van over in Kona. They do Quilt Passions retreats over there.
Oh,
And
cool.
so I bet they're going to wrap that too, because now that once you have one, you can't drive around in a naked van, right?
No,
You
you
are, but
can't. No, I mean, I just don't want to drive her because she's not pretty yet.
so I
But I
have to
know.
tell you, I have to tell you what I did to another vendor one time because I'll do this to you if I can.
Oh
We're
gosh.
driving home. We're driving home from a show, and we stopped at a rest area, and we're coming down from the restroom, and somebody pulls up next to us in a white Sprinter van, just a plain one, and it was some vendors from the show. So I screamed across the parking lot, "Oh my gosh, there's a naked van next to ours!" And everybody turned around and they're staring at him. So if I
Uh-huh.
see you in a rest area, we're totally gonna go for
Well,
it.
what are the magnets equivalent to? Like little, just little
You get
underwear.
nervous now? You can order them. I used to get them from where does everybody go? Vistaprint makes them.
Vistaprint,
Um,
yeah,
but
yeah.
better off, you'd be better off going somewhere local at this point because
Oh,
they can
true.
usually make them faster.
Faster, yeah.
There's a bunch of places in Orlando. So
Yeah, somebody asked what I name my vehicle. I asked people what I should name it. There are some good ones on there. I have to just pick one. There were too many good ones. Um, I can't remember. Somebody had a very like sarcastic one, and I thought it was funny too, but I can't remember. But a
you
lot of
could
them came with like Ducky Mobile or something like that.
you could do mock-ups and let us vote on them at the shows.
Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a great idea. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do that then.
So do you have a wrap company that you're working with?
No, I don't know what I'm doing yet here, Julie.
Because we used one, I mean, it's out here by us, but they took the automakers, the manufacturer's drawings
Mhm.
and did mock-ups that looked really real for us. And I know the Quilt Passions people did too, because they showed me their drawings.
So you
So
just sent them like an idea that you had and they kind of just mocked
yeah,
it?
you tell them exactly what your van is, and
Uh-huh.
then you send them, yeah, your
Like a
kind
reference
of,
photo?
I just said I wanted a quilt, and then I just wanted off the wall quilt on mine. Now I'll tell you, they wanted to put a whole bunch of words on our van,
I don't want
but I
words. I
said,
yeah.
think 75 miles an hour. Okay. I want people to be able to read it without hitting me. So, yeah, we did that and they sent mock-ups and we went back and forth till we got it right. So, um, wouldn't it be fun to have a contest if you had little mock-ups? I mean, we could cut you a little acrylic ones too, but
You know, I might need to because we're also talking we might have to get a box truck because
yeah,
I have to get I bought a lot of machines recently, and they're not small.
yeah. We talked about that too. We'll talk because there's some road issues you need to know about,
Yeah, I
and
just need to be
licensing
able
and
to
stuff.
carry up to, 15 machines that are on tables that are 4 foot by 2 foot.
15 of them, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I have to be able to take them to retreats here, Julie. I've got lots of ideas for the future, let me tell you. You wanna do a retreat together? I've got
Yes.
yeah, let's do a retreat together.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do one.
Oh, oh my goodness. Sometimes I laugh so hard though. I can't even sew. But
That's the whole point. That's the
okay, good.
point of a retreat, and, like, a small thing, and just to have fun, and just, like, be dorks. That's all I wanna do.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it'll be so much fun. I'm excited. Um, okay, I'll definitely have to get the magnets for the van before we get there, so you can't yell at me saying I have a naked van.
Oh, but I want to.
Sorry, my husband just, like, peeked his head in. Hello, sweetie. It's Julie from Off the Wall Quote. We're interviewing her right now.
Oh, well, hello.
Hi.
He says hi. Hi.
Oh, get a room.
Yeah, Alex is right. Like we're trying to do all these different retreats and things like that, but we want them to be like low stress, high fun in between the expos. So yeah, you want to
Good.
do one? I feel like you'd be perfect. Like we need a quilting one too anyway.
Yeah.
So I've got bag making. We're working on cosplay with Mr. Famori over there. I'm working on an embroidery one. I need a quilting one.
We do. We do. Is
Yes.
Brent gonna be in Texas with Fomori?
Tennessee. They're gonna be at a a convention called KatsuCon. It's a like a Comic-Con. And that's coincidentally the same weekend.
Okay. Well, I'll make sure I've got rotary blades from them, and I'll bring some of their scissors. I sell some of their stuff sometimes, so I'll make sure I bring that. Their stuff is really great quality.
You got in there the new tungsten blades, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Those so nice.
Yeah, they're worth it. So
Alex says maybe Julie can help me not hate quilting.
But I bet you I can, Alex. Game on.
All right, Alex, you're gonna have to go to hang out with Julie for a little bit.
Yeah, we could do it. Oh, here comes Jen. Here,
it's
Jen.
Hi, Jen. Oh my gosh, your hair is so short.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thanks.
If anybody doesn't know, Jen is like definitely one of our people for sure. Jen is like Harry Potter loving nerd. I gotta tell you, Jen, about a retreat idea that we're cooking up with Salty Toast. You're gonna love it. You're gonna have to be there.
Definitely. Just let me know when.
Okay. I don't know. I gotta figure out those dates.
More work.
More work. How's it going?
Good. I have to say, I was watching it earlier when you were describing all of the
vendors, and you're like, quilts of velour, and I was like, who's velour?
Valor. I keep saying it wrong. Oh my god.
I was like, I like that name though. I'd be like, the soft, squishy stuff. Yeah. I was like, who's she talking about?
Quilts of Valor. They corrected me on Patreon last 2 nights ago too. And I'm like, am I saying it wrong? They go, yes. Oh, sorry.
So, good. I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, look, everybody's having people pop in. It's so much fun.
Yeah. Working at home, that's what happens.
Very, very true. Yes. Okay, so you're gonna come to all the shows then too, right, Jen?
Yes.
Yeah.
I made them promise that they'd take me to all the shows. I'm showing up anyways if they don't.
It's a little bonus she gets for working for us. So.
Gets to hang out with the cool people.
Yeah.
Do you ask to go to other shows too?
There's sometimes.
Yeah, actually, she's going to Puyallup with me at the end of this month.
Is it when is it? End of February?
It's the beginning of March. Yeah.
Beginning of March. I don't have anything for March. I might have to try to fly out there.
You should. It's not just a quilting show at all. It's a sewing expo.
It's sewing, right?
Yeah, it's all kinds of sewing. It would be appropriate for you to be there talking to people.
Okay, yeah, that one's out in like Washington State, right?
Yeah, let's hear her pronounce that city.
Yeah, let's. I'm hoping you can say it.
Puyallup. 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 Say it for me, Julie.
Puyallup.
Puyallup? That's not how it's spelled, though. It's like Pullywap.
Puyallup.
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 Puyallup. Got it. I've seen that show in the past when they used to have it and always wanted to go out. But then they stopped doing it during COVID. But I'm glad to see they brought it back because that was one of the bigger shows that was out there, right?
Yeah, it is. And I think it's the biggest sewing expo. That's because it's not just quilting, and really big variety of classes and vendors there.
So you're going to teach and vend at that one, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Ooh, maybe I'll like go take a class with you.
Yeah, and it's one I haven't taught yet at Sew Expo. So I'm thinking I'll start it next year. That's so magical. Really? So.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, Julie. Was there anything else you wanted to bring up? I
think we've talked about pretty much everything. Yeah.
All the classes and Alex said, what are the dates for? Say it again. Puyallup.
We're flying out the 27th. I think it starts March 1st. It's on the calendar.
Jen's gonna look it up.
It's the second through the fourth. Really, they have some classes on the first, but
those are like special early advanced classes, right?
Yeah. I'll be doing setup that day. So.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Yeah, maybe I'll try to head out there. It's near Seattle.
Yep.
Yeah, flying to Seattle. I think we drove past it one time when I was in Seattle.
Puyallup.
Yeah, because I looked at him like, oh, that's that weird place that has a sewing expo.
Weird place.
Didn't you get out there?
We don't have anything up there called Okeechobee or
Yeah, I don't know what
yeah.
happens with either.
We're from there originally.
That's what I was gonna say. You were from Washington, right?
Yeah, that was our first big show up there. So
Oh my gosh! And now look, you're doing all the little ones.
yeah. Yeah,
You
we
went
like
back
those
there,
shows.
Julie?
We meet the best people at shows. It's fun. Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming on. It was good to see both you and Jen, of course.
Yeah, good to see you.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Okay, sounds great.
All right. See you later.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. I'll stay out and hang out with y'all for a little bit longer. If anybody has additional questions, I love doing these like vendor teacher spotlights. They're just so much dang fun. Oh, Lily was on. Julie, tell Jen Lily says hi. She's down at the bottom. Y'all can't see her, but I can. But I just love doing these spotlights because I think everybody gets to see the vendors and meet them before they get to meet them. And they're not just these like companies that come that are just selling products. They're people. Almost every business that we have in our vendor hall are small businesses who have families or family owned, and they just do this because they really love it. And so I just love seeing folks like Julie and, her daughter Jen, her husband Rick, and all them coming on. Oh, good, Alex. I'm glad I'm helping you with body doubling. I know I'm going to try to do more of these lives. I said this at the beginning of Wine and Chat. I'm trying to do these whenever I have time. Life's been busy. I'll talk about some of my trips now too. And I have the mail opening stuff, not mail. It's not mail. I bought it in different places, but travel product opening. I wish I could be drinking wine. My time zone's not Miller time. I wish I was too. I'm drinking tea right now because, as you can tell, I've been talking nonstop. My voice is going now, but I think a lot of people are coming off of work, so I'll hang out just a little bit longer. I've got a little time before the child needs to get picked up. This is probably the only piece of actual mail I've gotten that I wanted to show y'all. So, if you saw for Texas, I love when people come to me with crazy ideas, especially when they say they want to sponsor it and do all the work. So like when we've always had the Saturday night party, but when Salty Sauce comes to me and says, hey, we want to sponsor it and we want to do all these fun things. Great. That sounds so much fun. So of course I got a random one and it sold out, which blows my mind and it cracks me up, but I love it so much, is when Lauren from Mormino and Nancy from Fabric Therapy came to me and said, we want to have a nail party, but can we also make it an ice cream party? And I'm like, yeah, why not? Like, they put it all on, they got all these kits. All we had to do is pop it on there. And they have so much fun plans for that. So that's going to debut in Texas. Rumor is that it's going to definitely be in Tennessee and Florida. I know people have been asking if we're going to put on the cruise. That's a TBD thing, but for sure on the expos, it's been rumored that it will be there. But as I'm sitting there, they're talking to me about what they want to do and everything, and I'm like, Nancy said the word scoops. And if you're in Patreon, you know who I'm talking about. We have a nickname for one of our fellow vendors, not fellow vendors, I'm not a vendor, but one of our vendors, Becky from Hannah Woodworking, originally started off with making these ice cream scoops. Of course, I had to get a Slytherin themed one. I wish Jen was on. Where's Jen go? But if you have a need for a hefty duty ice cream scoop, these things are amazing, but it's really cool. So Becky started off selling these and cutting boards and things like that, and then got into doing also the seam rippers, and that's how she came to be one of our vendors. But you can screw this off, and then she has an attachment that's actually a pizza cutter, and you can screw on here. So you can have one handle, and then you can have different attachments, which is just so neat. So she sells them separately. So when Nancy said scoops, I immediately was like, Becky, we need scoops. So Becky from Hannah Woodworking sponsored the scoops, ice cream scoops that will be used for those parties. So this is like a dyed wood, and it came in this really nifty bag. So now I can keep them nice and safe when I go to all the shows. This is the other one that sponsored. I figured all y'all would really like the fluorescent pink. I'm not a pink person, but I know a lot of y'all are. So there's the pink one. Yes, Alex has the pizza cutter one. It is huge and heavy. Yeah, these are very hefty. But I like that because I get more ice cream. I could probably just eat the ice cream straight off of this, but I won't because they're for the shows. And this is another one that's a natural wood. This one's not a dyed one. Paduke. I think it was a Paduke wood is what Becky told me. But yeah, these are so cool. I love them so much. So thank you to Becky for sponsoring the ice cream scoops for the show. And then there will be cards so y'all can take one of her cards if you want to learn. So Becky will not be a vendor for Texas, but I just saw that she's going to be a Tennessee vendor. So I'm very excited. So maybe Julie's idea of a turnoff will come to fruition for her. Oh, Brittany got one. I'll have to tell Becky about the turnoff. That's hilarious. I got Matt a pizza cutter for Christmas. I think it's awesome. I know they're so freaking cool and they're so big. I love it. There's a whole Patreon side story on that, but if y'all know what happens in Patreon, stays in Patreon. So I took a couple trips. I think a good chunk of y'all know I retired from my corporate job at the beginning of January. And the day after I had my last day, I went on travel because, I had to hit the ground running on several ideas that I've had that I really wanted to get locked in, that I just did not have time to do when I was doing both a corporate job and SME full time. And now, as y'all have seen, they're out. They're open to the public. Y'all see the dates. Tickets are going to come out soon. But on these trips, my first trip was up to St. Louis, and I didn't go fabric shopping, surprisingly, in St. Louis. I almost did. I almost shopped headquarter with Mormino headquarter, but I didn't. I held back. I was so good. But I wanted to buy all the things. But while we were there, we finalized the plans for Sew Whatever weekends, for the first one at least. That one's going to be the weekend of May 21st in O'Fallon, Illinois. It's about 25 minutes away from the St. Louis airport. So you can fly in there. That one is currently sold out, but the Sew Whatever weekend idea is to be just fun. There's no specific class being taught. If you want to buy an apothecary kit, you can. But Lauren will be there. And she is the main headliner. And then Jen from Sincerely Jen, who created the apothecary pattern, is going to be there as well. And it's going to be just a fun weekend on industrial sewing machines. There's going to be a handful of people who can bring their own domestic machines, and everybody can just hang out. And so we're going to eat pizza and yummy other foods and just hang out. And then people get to go shop at headquarters too, which is not something that Lauren does often. And it's just going to be laid back and fun. So she wanted the idea of having a stress-free retreat. Just hang out. So if you want to sew one thing over two plus days, you can. If you want to, in the middle of the night, go and sew, we'll let you come sew. If you want to wake up at 5 a.m., I'll be down there with you. I may not be the night owl person. I'll be the early bird. But from St. Louis, we planned that and we solidified that and launched that, and that sold out very quickly. And the other thing that that I locked down when I was up there was Sew Magical, which is an idea I've been working on for a year now. And I'm so happy that everything's been signed. The dates have been picked. I'm working on solidifying teachers right now. I'm reaching out to them. Some of them haven't been reached out to yet, and hopefully they want to say yes to me. But it's going to be full 3 days. So really it'll be like kind of 4 days because everybody will get there on one day, and it'll be 3 days of bag making insanity. It's going to be on industrials, domestics, and no-sew. Everybody will take all the same classes, and they're going to be like the top novice teachers that you can think of. They're going to be amazing, and it will just be, you don't have to bring any of the machines. Everything's going to be provided for you. It'll be like the cruise, but on land, and just bag making. And the hotel is so cool. There's definitely going to be several meals provided for you in that cost. And the only thing you really have to pay for besides that is to get your butt there in your hotel room, which we got amazing deals on that hotel. It's going to be at Live by Lowe's is the name of the hotel in St. Louis. It really is super close to the St. Louis airport. You can Uber there, no problem at all. You could literally spit on the ballpark. So if you're into baseball, the Cardinal Stadium's right there. There will not be a game that weekend. I made sure of it. But if you want to come in earlier or stay later, there will be a ball game opposite of our event. So that's really cool. After we went to St. Louis, then we went, Lauren tagged along to my trip down to Dallas. I needed to do my 1 month prior visit to Gaylord to make sure everything's in line for our Texas event. That's in 2 weeks. I'm sorry, Alex. And when we were down there, we decided to go hop on to a couple different stores that I wanted to talk to anyway. And so, of course, that's when I did shopping. So one of the shops that's there is Must Love Fabric. So if you're in the Dallas area, this is maybe 15 minutes from Gaylord. They're super close. It is such a fun shop. It's there are no knits there. It's heavily done on the quilting side, but she has a lot of bag making things there as well. I took a picture. They had Sonar and So Many Creations, which are two of our vendor teachers for different events. They had their patterns hanging on the wall, and it was just, I love the owner, Phyllis. She's amazing. She's super fun. If you see her, you can talk to her. She'll talk your ear off. But I shopped while I was there. What I'm going to make with these, I don't know, but I really wanted it. So I got a bunch of fat quarters that just fit me and my style. I love this so much. It does not look like Jack. This is definitely not Jack, but it's Day of the Dead. Sugar skulls is the correct word to use. Sugar skulls on pumpkins. And then they had some really cute Hershey's Valentine's fabric out. I think Sewing Studio also has these, but I was there. I grabbed them. They were freaking cute. So I got those. I also got this. Again, don't quilt. Might need a quilt now. But also you can use fat quarter bundles like this or jelly rolls like this for bag making. Sometimes you use it on clothing, different things like that, little accessories. But this one was a Halloween themed one. There was several of these I was going to grab fat quarters for. And I didn't. This is the Moda one, the Moda Fabrics one. And I don't know if you can see, like, there were scrolly ones. There was ones with words, pumpkins. It was just so stinking cute. But it also came with this, which I mean, low-key bought it for the tag. Can I make this myself? Yes. Did I want it anyway? Yes. So I got that. And I also grabbed this because it looked cool. It's called a thread picker. So it's like it feels like a coral. I don't know. But you could rub it along your carpet or elsewhere and it'll pick up your miscellaneous threads. So it's good because when we're doing our spirit jerseys and stuff, sometimes we have little threads around. When I'm sewing, I like to just grab it. So this is really cool. I've used it a couple times. I was just picking one off. But that's what that one is. And I also got this because it was stinking cute. They have them by the registers. These are little pattern weights. Can somebody make these in duckies? Please. I want to sell ducky pattern weights now so bad. But it's a little chicken. It's like half the weight. A third of the weight, if that, of Becky's pattern weights from Hannah Woodworking. But it's so cute. Sorry, Becky. I had to. Oh, this is the only thing. It's not the only thing. I got 2 of these. This is one of the things I bought from. Actually, Lauren gave this to me, but it's a pop socket. I also got this one from Lauren. They're interchangeable, so like all you have to do. I don't know. This is the first time I had a pop socket. You just twist it off. Yeah, you just twist it off, and you can like change it out. So once you stick it on, see now I'm not gonna be able to get it back on. I'll fix it later. All you have to do is like twist it back on. So if you just put the sticky side on your phone, you can use it again. So that's what I got from Must Love Fabric. There was a bunch of other really cute stuff, but again, I wasn't trying to shop. I just happened to. The other thing, we stopped at Frog Jelly Leather because I love going there when I'm in Texas. It is not in Dallas Fort Worth area. It's in Arlington. So it's about a 35-minute ride from DFW airport area. So keep that in mind. If you're in the area, you want to hit it up. The Uber can get a little pricey or the Lyft, but it's definitely worth the drive, I think. It is in a warehouse, so keep that in mind too. It's not in a retail store space. It's industrial. But there's so much good stuff there. So one of the rolls of leather is in my other room, and I'm not going to get up and go get it because it's a big roll, but it's gorgeous. I'll have to show it on a picture another time because I took really good pictures. Okay, Arlington's part of DFW, sorry. But to me, when I'm in DFW, like when I'm in Dallas, I like to stay within a like 20, 30-minute circle. To me, it goes outside of that circle, and it hits Arlington. And so I don't know. It's just not like right there. I'll put it that way. Must Love Fabric is only 15 minutes away. What's the other one I'm thinking of that's right nearby? Sunny is only like 15 minutes away. Sunny Sewing Machine. So Sunny Sewing Machine will have booths and everything. And they will have thread and stuff like that in their booth as well as the machines. But if you wanted to go to their physical store location and see maybe some other machines that they have, it's only 15 minutes from Gaylord. So that's what I mean when I say that little circle. One of the things that I got, I'm not typically a suede fan, but this is suede leather, and it's just so creamy. You can't tell how gorgeous of a color. This is my color. This is my, like, there's a portion of my hair that's this color somewhere. But it's gorgeous. I don't know what I'm going to make with it yet. I wish I had a piece of like woven here. Maybe this is close. The purple is probably a better match, but I felt like this would go really well with some of my fabrics. I don't know what I'm going to make with it because I never do, but a bag. It's very slouchy, but I think they had this on their website too. They had sheets of it. You can buy sheets, but it was so affordable. And then there was this olive color I had to get. Lauren and I split the olive. I think we might have split the teal too. I can't remember because I don't sew as much as her, so I split things. And then I think she got like a black one, and there was a pink one that we almost got, but there was a purple one I wanted too, but we didn't get that one. But there's so many colors. It was beautiful. And they have a lot of veg tan, like plain. They have a lot of colored. They have a lot of thicknesses because Texas has a lot of leather goods stores. It's very big on it, but I just like Frog Jelly for it being a small business. And just they have really fun, unique stuff. Another thing I grabbed while I was there was leather scraps. Oh, and a sticker. It's like the biggest thing. Look, it matches me. Sorry. By the way, my hair turned green while I was on that trip. But yeah, I got a big sticker. I got that for Damien, actually. I should probably give it to him. I try to get him stickers wherever I'm at. He puts them on our safe. But they have scrap leather, and I got a bunch of different colors and weights and stuff because I'm going to play with them in our laser at some point after all the tumblers are done. Yes, they're super nice people. And plus, it just smells so good. You walk in there, it smells like leather. It's heaven. But I got these. You can buy scrap leather that they cut off, and they do it by weight. So you can get a certain ounce or by the pound. So it's really good deal if you have something where you need little scrap pieces. You can make keychains, patches for hats. There's lots of things you can do with it. But that was everything I got while I was in Texas. They do have an online store. Not everything that's in their physical location is on their online store, but they do have an online store. They're also on Instagram, and they post on Instagram regularly with links. Like what they show, they post the links to where it is on their site. Because sometimes I'm not good at searching stores. Oh yeah, Sewing Warehouse has a bunch of marine vinyls. There's a lot of different local stores that are not. They're not meant to be vendors at shows, if that makes sense. Like if once you go there, you'll understand. But there's like a ton of different places like Fabrictopia. And they're all in this like warehousey district. A lot of them are near Sunny Sewing Machine too. So if you're there and you want to hit like a couple local stores as well, tell them Kayla from So Magical sent you. Maybe they will become vendors one day. And but there's tons of stuff around that area. A lot of them have some of the same stuff, but sometimes you can find some really unique, cool things. Lots of things geared towards upholstery and bag makers, just because there's a lot of car dealerships near there and a lot of manufacturing. So they have that heavier duty boats and things like that. Okay, so that was everything I got from Texas St. Louis trip. Lots of fun. Solidified a lot of things there. Got a lot of good business relationships while I was in Texas as well. So maybe there's something coming for Texas additionally. I don't know. We'll see. And then on top of that, I came home after that. Yeah, there's not a lot of bag making hardware. Most of your hardware you're going to get online. There are Tanny, the headquarter, the first store, the headquarter of Tanny. I don't know which one you would call it, is in Dallas. And then there's Tandies everywhere out there. But again, like I love a good Tandy, trust me, because there's nothing really good leather-wise here in Orlando that I found. If somebody knows, please tell me, because I would love to go in person. But I love our local Tandy store here in Orlando. But yeah, I love a good small business. Okay, excuse me. I came home for a little bit, and then I went on a trip with Salty Sews. I got to talking to them one day about how I want to start doing retreats, and couldn't tell you if it was me or them, or at the same time. We both said Nola was one of the ones, and they were all for it. They wanted to do New Orleans, and so we went to New Orleans to go site visit a couple hotels that I had been trying to figure out which one we're gonna pick. We did finalize while we were there a hotel. It's called AC Hotel. It is beautiful. It's about 2 blocks off of Canal. And from there, it's like another block to 2 blocks from Bourbon. So we're not in the heart of French Quarter, but we're still in French Quarter, which I like, because I think a lot of us want to get away and not be in the hustle and bustle, but still close enough that we can be in it if we want to. You know, it's that like, don't want to have the FOMO, but want to still be a part of it. So that's why we kind of geared towards this one. It's not too big of a hotel. It has the perfect size space for what we want to do. And so that one will have a clothing element, a bag element. So the clothing class will be taught by Salty Sews. The bag's going to be taught by Lauren Mormino. And then we're going to have some bonus projects in there that will be included, but they're not required to take if you don't want to. And then there's going to be a pop-up shop, of course. I don't know if I mentioned, for So Magical, we're doing a massive pop-up shop. A massive one. So it's not a vendor hall, but it's going to be big. Anyway, sorry, going back to Dola. So we went out to New Orleans. I had never been there. Silly me, picked a location I had never been to, but I'm very glad I did. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. It lived up to exactly what I wanted, and I'm very excited for it. So when we were out there, I had a friend of mine, Judy, had been out in New Orleans about, I don't know, was it maybe 2 weeks prior to when I was going out there? And I'm like, all right, if you find sewing stores, let me know. So there was one in the Garden District area called, let me look at the bag I'm holding. Chateau So-So. This is a bag. Chateau So-So. It's funny. Once I posted the picture of the store, several people who are like local to NOLA were all like, oh, I know where you're at. But we stopped in there because, again, I love a good small business and I like supporting local shops. And so I picked up some because one of my things I do when I travel is I buy fabric from a new place. If I can, that represents where I've gone. That's a new place. Like to me, it's like what do you call it? A core memory. To me, it's like a core memory. So I love crawfish. I don't know about y'all, but I'm obsessed with crawfish. I had a short. I didn't like full-time live there. I part-time lived in Beaufort, South Carolina. If anybody knows where that is, Paris Island's right down the street. But crawfish is huge there. Beaufort's actually where they filmed a lot of Forrest Gump, and that's where like bubblegum shrimp and all that. But I thought that was so stinking cute. I had to have it. And of course, we went like the week before Mardi Gras. So everybody, when we were leaving, everybody was coming in from Mardi Gras. I was like, good timing. But I got this one too because it was just stinking cute. And look at the crawfish. That was cute. So I got some of this. Yeah, Beaufort's only 2 hours from Charleston. We went to Charleston a lot when I was living there. A random empty bag. Oh, we went to a bookstore and I bought a book that's obviously been read at this point. Oh, another tradition I have, I always buy a Christmas ornament. Even though I'm terrible about putting my Christmas tree up. Oh, I got another sticker for Damien. I don't think he's watching this live, but oh, and I got this too because I have ideas that first me in the future, but this is this is one of those iron-on patches. I thought it was cute. Have you ever seen these little voodoo dolls that they have made out of thread? I just think they're so fun. Everywhere we went, we tried to find a sewist theme one or a crafting theme one, and they didn't have any, which was very, very upsetting. So we're just gonna have to make our own, but I thought it was cute. I love all that stuff. And then it's my Christmas ornament. I'll have to show that to you next. But the last thing I got from that store was we couldn't figure out what this base was of this fabric. It's like a vinyl, but like you can kind of see it in the camera how shiny this is. Oh, Kathy hasn't taken her tree down yet. I got my tree up like 2 days beforehand. Okay, I can't say this word. Maybe y'all can pronounce it for me. It's Ekokuir. That's what this is called. It's that word plus the word brilliant and Abergine. Abergine, is that the word? Aubergine. I think that's the color. But it's to me it's like a plumish color, but it's got that hint of metallic in it. But it was so pretty, and we saw it, and it's got this linen backing, but like look how it's so, I don't know, it's so lightweight. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it was pretty and I needed it. And I had never seen it before, but that's what I got from that store. And it was really cute. They had classes, they had lots of stuff in there. That's what I got on that trip. Okay, a lot of y'all are taking down your trees. Okay, well, we love NOLA. I know. I'm very excited for the New Orleans retreat. It is in April, the April 21st weekend. We're going to highly suggest people get there Friday morning. We have discounted room rates that are great room rates, especially for being so close to like Bourbon Street. And there's a couple conventions going on at their convention center, which is not far from where we're at. So, yeah, it's just like we got some really good rates on that, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be immersive into the city as well. We have we're gonna come in, we're gonna start sewing on Friday. Like we're gonna do a small thing of sewing on Friday evening, And then we're going to have a welcome dinner reception party, New Orleans style, of course, but that's going to be at the hotel. And then the next day we're going to do more sewing. And then at the end of all of our sewing, and we're going to provide lunch and everything that day because it's going to be a full sewing day. That night, we're going to have an outing on the town, and everybody's going to take what they made, their garment and their bag, and we're going to do photos, and we're going to have like a no-host dinner. So we're going to pick a place. We're going to go out. We're going to go eat, have fun, take photos and our like really cool makes and everything. And we're going to have like a pack list, like suggested pack list, maybe bring a corset to go over what you made, or a witch hat, or, something fun to dress it up. Baby vampire-esque. I don't know. There's so many like fun things that you can do in New Orleans. And so if that's not your thing, totally get that. But that's kind of what we're going for. We're going all in to the city, and we're going to eat some great food. And of course, we're going to make a beignet stop along the way. And then Sunday is going to be a pop-up shop with the two amazing companies plus bonus sewing. And again, we're going to have that afternoon, we're going to have group discounts on tours. And we're going to have a couple of options for y'all so you can still experience the city and go out and have fun and eat. That's my thing. Is like, I want to eat and I want to drink and I want to sew. I don't know about y'all, but that's what this NOLA retreat is about. And Salty had the same vision. And so that's why we partnered together on that one. So it's going to be a blast. So we're finishing up the last details of that. And we're planning on trying to get the price out, the itinerary and everything like that. And when the tickets are going to drop. And then we'll give it another week or two. And then for that one, I'm going to have a payment plan option as well. All the retreats, because they are so much involved to it, we're going to have a payment plan option, kind of like how we have on the cruise. Because it's in April, you won't have as long to pay it off, but it'll be there so that way it's not too much for you to chew off, and you can come and do it without having to pay it all up front. I mean, Alex, we probably could have seen each other, but I only went there, I don't know, it was about 4 years that I was going up there. I drove up to Beaufort every other weekend for about 4 years in a row. That was a lot. And I would stay there over the weekends. Oh, aubergine means eggplant. I'm also like, I've talked so much, my like nose is clogging again. So I'm sure I sound even better. Where's the info for New Orleans? So we haven't put anything on the website yet. We only did it on the newsletter and on a Facebook group, like the little snippet. So more information I'll be getting out here in the next week or so. I'm trying to get it out to the public by before we go off to Texas. But yes, it's going to be out there, and then we'll give you a week or two so you can figure out if it's in your budget and everything. And around the same time, I'm also trying to drop the So Magical. And that way everybody can kind of see all the price points and figure out what's going to work for them for this year. I know not everybody can do everything, but that's also why I'm doing so many different small things as well. If you can't make an expo, it's not in your location, or something's not in your budget, I'm trying to give you as many different options for fun sewing events. As Alex said, low stress, high volumes of fun. I think that's like maybe our new slogan, Alex. Let's do that. But just trying to put as much out there to everybody as we can so more people can get involved. Yes, and it's job security for Alex, of course. Let me see if I can find that image for you real quick, and then I can share that because I do have some of the information on those flyers. Hopefully you can't hear outside my door. Kat, I posted that we're doing a wine and chat today, like last night. Oh, I found it. Look at that. I posted it I posted it this morning. That's what I did. But it was kind of last minute. A couple people asked where the heck am I? What am I doing? And so I decided to do one. Okay, there you go. All right, so here you'll see this was the second page of our email, but we have cruises, and like I talked about earlier, we've got the May cruise is sold out. Details on the exact itinerary. The classes are out there, but and there will be some bonus classes I haven't announced yet, and those might stay a surprise till we get on the cruise. But the itinerary will come out here tonight or tomorrow. And then there's the December cruise, which still has seats available. So there's information on that. Here's the information on the treats. I know this is kind of small to see. Let me try to zoom in for y'all. I can hear Fran saying, Kayla, zoom in. Is that better? Okay, so like I talked about, so whatever weekend is the first one that we had announced, that one sold out. But the New Orleans one, there's the dates. Again, details, all the details. We're trying to get everything solidified so you have every piece of detail before we announce it and all that, including the itinerary, what classes are going to be taught, what's included. And I told you the location already, AC Hotel. Don't book. I have discounted rates. They're really good discounted rates too compared to what's available to the public. So just hold off on that. So that's where the New Orleans information is right now. And this is all pinned to the top of the the Facebook group, the So Magical Facebook group. I apologize. And then this is some of the information on So Magical, an immersive bag making weekend where you'll be able to sew and learn on industrials, domestics, and even no sew, featuring some of your bag making teachers. Lots more details to come on that. This one will be higher price point. All the retreats, what we're trying to do is make it as easy as on you as possible by providing all the machines if we can. We will have a couple spots where people can bring their own machines just because we know some people prefer to sew on their own machines. But obviously in the case of industrials and things like that, please don't bring your industrial. You laugh, but somebody's asked me this before. So, but when I say bring your own machine, like it's a serger or a domestic machine or things like that. So we try to make it as easy on you as possible. You can come have a vacation essentially and still get to sew and experience the location. We want as many of them to be as destination based as possible for the bigger retreats. For things like So Whatever weekends, it's more about just hanging out and not so much about the location. So the locations might be in more smaller towns across the US, and not so much like big destination cities. So we're trying to like mix it up, have a variety in there. So that way, if you're more of that like introvert, social anxiety type person, and you need like just that chill hangout and not go out on the town or experience the location, So Whatever weekend or something like that would be better for you. So yeah, so that's kind of like all the things that are going on. So I've got the 3 expos, 2 cruises. Originally I was going to stop there. It's year 5 of SME. And I was like, oh, we'll do 5 events for year 5. We've now gotten up to, what is that? 8 officially announced things. I say officially announced. There may be something else still in work, but I can't talk about it yet. But we're going to get all these things out there for you so you can, I at least want to get the dates out so you could plan, figure out if it was going to work for you. If anybody has questions, please ask. I feel like I've just been talking and rambling. If you have any questions about Texas and you've just come on, please ask those. Kat's right. We are only 2 weeks away. She puts it in all freaking caps. 2 weeks from today, we will be hanging out at the Texan station, and we will be having a drink, sharing food, and you'll be getting your welcome bags and enjoying the Gaylord Texan. It's going to be a blast. Classes still open for 1 more week. Fashion show signups 1 more week. Machine rentals, 1 more week. You have 1 week really to get everything kind of finalized with us before you come. There will be tickets available at the door, but it will only be a no class pass. Alex will talk later. Shh. I don't know if I've like fully mentioned it or not to you. It's been a brainchild. But yeah, so no class passes will still be available at the door, but always keep in mind our no class passes go up a couple dollars when you're in person versus if you just buy it online. So highly suggest buying it online. And yeah, so that'll be great. So if you're local and you want to come hang out with us for the weekend, you're more than welcome to. And like Julie said earlier, several teachers will bring extra class kits. So we'll have it on the website what classes still have seats available, but you will not be able to purchase them. What you'll have to do is contact that teacher or go visit them and ask them if you can go in on that class and buy the class kit. Because once we close down the classes 1 week prior to the event, any sort of transactions on purchasing class kits have to be worked directly with the teacher, just so the teacher can get that money immediately, and they can tell you for sure if they're going to have class kits. Because keep in mind, a lot of them are cutting them now or have already finished cutting them, so they may not even have it available. Just something to keep in mind. And meetups and exchanges, those signups will shut down 1 week prior. Not to say that you can't join in on it. Meetups and things like that, not a big deal if you just kind of show up, as long as there's no exchange portion to it. Exchanges, it is preferred. In-person exchanges, it's preferred that you sign up for those in advance. The drop-off exchanges, which the drop-off will be at the check-in booth, those can be done kind of sporadic. And then check-in desk, the check-in desk, we're going to try to have 2 locations available. We will for sure have one on the 2nd floor of the Gaylord Texan. All our rooms are located in the Vineyard Tower. It is not the convention center. There will be a driving video and a location video like I did for Florida. I filmed it all when I was there with Lauren. And those videos are getting edited, and those will come out at least by 1 week prior, so you can see where to drive, where to go through, and where to walk through. But we're in the Vineyard Tower. If you booked a room and you would prefer to be in the Vineyard Tower, I highly suggest calling them and asking if they can put that as a preference or a comment on your file. They do not assign rooms essentially until the day before or until you check in. I asked. That's what they do. So if you want to be right there, you want to be close, please do that. My husband is coming to help me load stuff. Does he need a pass? Who is this? If you're a vendor, there are vendor-based passes, and you will be fine. If this is a guest and you say like load stuff, like he's going to come like load your car, no. You're going to, if the only time you need a pass is if anybody's going to go into any one of our rooms. So if he's going to go shop with you in the vendor hall, he would need a no class pass, which is only $12 online. If he's going to come sit in on the classes with you, like physically sit with you, and it's not for an ADA purpose, then he will need to have a class-based pass. If he's just helping you load the machine in and he's not staying for the class, or he's just like helping you get somewhere, no, he does not need a pass. I'm not going to charge somebody for somebody that's not actually there to enjoy and they're just there to help. But if you need further clarification on that, you can just email us at support@sewmagicalexpo.com, and we can make sure to get a clarification for you or help you further. Anybody that needs ADA assistance or needs somebody who's a pass for a handler, we also please email us at support@sewmagicalexpo.com, and we can help you. We know there's, especially at our Florida show, we've always had folks that have needed additional assistance or things like that. Please message us with whatever your needs are. You have a support animal, if you have special needs, you need to understand where the elevators are located, or you know, you need to be able to sit in a certain portion of the room, have a handler with you. You need a interpreter, whatever it is, please message us ahead of time so we can make sure that you have the help that you need. I'm very big on that. I know I want everybody to have the best time humanly possible. Yes, Kathy, that is the correct pronunciation. I'm sorry, I'm very nasally right now. It is Vineyard Tower, Vineyard Tower. However you pronounce it. I've been told today several times I'm pronouncing things wrong. But yes, it's Vineyard Tower. It's when you drive up to Gaylord, again, you'll see it in the video. When you drive to Gaylord, you're going to see the convention area first. Don't park there. You're going to keep driving. You're going to drive past the lobby, and there's a parking garage. It's multi-level parking garage. It's not like the fake parking garage at Gaylord Palms. It's multi-level. You can park in there, and the Vineyard Tower is right in front of you. So that's where I highly suggest that you park for everything. There is no ramp to get into the Vineyard Tower if you need assistance like that, but there is a wheelchair chair lift, which is really cool. Not gonna lie, I really wanted to just hop in it and see how it worked and get a video on it. I should have, so y'all would understand it if you needed to use it. But it's a mechanical chair lift, so you kind of roll into it, it lifts you up, and you can go through. There is no ramp. The only way to do the ramp is to go through the lobby area and then come through like the walkway to the Vineyard Tower. There are rooms in that area, but it's a separate elevator bank. When you see the video, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Because I caveat it very clearly. There's 2 elevator banks. If you're going to your room, use this one. If you're going to go to the 2nd floor of this tower where our vendor hall is, use this one. There's also escalators right in front of where our classrooms are. It's very easy to get around in there. And we're the only group on the 2nd floor. And I don't know if there's even anybody on the 1st floor, but we only have half the rooms on the 1st floor. We took over almost a whole portion of the Texan. Very excited. Hello, welcome. So any more questions on Gaylord Texan? The videos will be out on that. I try to do those because I think it's informative. It's very helpful. I'm a visual learner. I know some people don't like it when I fast forward and speed through it, but unless you want to watch a 20-minute video on some things, it's easier to do that. Maybe I'll do a sped up version and a shorter version in the future. But typically I do a walkthrough of here's where all our rooms are if you came from where you parked. And then I also do a video that comes in from where the lobby is, because not everybody's staying in rooms that are right next to where the event is located. Maybe they're on a different portion. So that way you can kind of, I know some people used it to follow it to figure out where they were going to go walk to. And then of course I do the drive-in video, which is essentially the second you come off of a major road to drive into the property, here's where you're going to drive to go park. Because oftentimes these properties are so big, if you park in the wrong parking side, you're going to walk for a hot minute. And I know a lot of people don't want to haul machines and things like that for a long time. You can bring wagons. Wagons are still accepted at all the Gaylord locations. Gaylord Texan laughed when I asked because they have a computer gaming convention there where people use those wagons and put computer monitors and CPUs in them just to like haul them around. So all 3 of our Gaylord locations are totally fine. They've said people have even brought them on the escalators. I'm not suggesting you do that though. But if an elevator's busy, you can use the escalator. They said there's no rule against that. We are going to try to have a check-in desk or at least an informational desk on the 1st floor where the classrooms and the So Magical Lounge and the closet are going to be located. So that way, if you're just coming straight in and you're going to classes first, you can come to that check-in desk first. I can't think of anything else for Texas. If you have any questions, please do not direct message me on Facebook anymore. As much as I used to love doing that, I get so many from so many people that they get lost. I don't know if it's Facebook. I don't know if it's me. It's a combination. They get lost, and I feel terrible because then people think I'm ignoring them when that's definitely not the case. I just can't find it, or there's a lot. So I highly ask, please email us at support@sewmagicalexpo.com. That is the best way to get a hold of one of us, because we do have a team now. We have staff, the amazing Alex, and then we've also hired Brittany, who is like solely there to answer emails now, so that our turnaround time on emails isn't potentially like 5-6 days. Now it's getting down to 1 to 2 days. So we want to answer your questions as quickly as possible. So please email us. It's the best way. You can post in the Facebook group, but if it's something related to your account, your specific classes, something that's very specific to you, please email instead, because you're going to get a better answer that way. And then oftentimes just search the Facebook group. There's a lot of people who have those answers out there already, that are going to be helpful to you. Escalator at your own risk. Yes, agreed. I wish you were going too. Whoever said they wish they were going. You can definitely still come. There's still spots. There's still room. We'll take you. I'm just excited. And if you can't make Texas, there's still Tennessee and Florida. Tennessee's already revving up to be pretty big as well. And I'm excited to see everybody all year long. I'm going to try to do another wine and chat. Oh, Marcia, I wish you were coming too. I'll see you soon though. There's lots of opportunities to hang out this year for sure. I'm going to try to do another wine and chat either this weekend or early next week. I'm going to try to get to 2 a week. So that way, if you have questions, you can catch me on those and answer them there. Oh, yes. Also, thank you. I was like, I don't know what you meant by for me, Alex. Also, don't personally message Alex either. Please don't personally message any of the staff because we are not getting to them. There's too many messages coming in. And it's not that we don't want to answer your question. It's that we do want to answer your question. And Facebook Messenger is just not that conducive anymore to the size of folks that we have who want questions answered. So yes, please direct it to email. Yeah, so we're going to try to do more of these leading up to Texas. Maybe I'll do one from the road, not when I'm driving. I'll have Becky drive the van and y'all can hang out with me. Maybe, I don't know, I got to get a hotspot for that. Oh my gosh. Did I name a van yet? Okay, so somebody else asked this earlier and I left it up. I'm like, do y'all have van idea names? Because there was quite a few and I liked several of them. There was 1 or 2 I was leaning towards, but I haven't narrowed it down yet. I might narrow down my list of names and put it on the Patreon group to like get a poll there too. Julie also said that I should do a mock-ups of different van wraps and have y'all vote at the show for those. Matt and Brittany, do a poll. Yeah, I think we should do a poll. I might narrow down some names, but I'm like, what other ideas do y'all have? Because sometimes I'm just like not creative enough to come up with any. I'm here for all the ideas. There were some really cute ones out there too. I loved them. Each name will probably have a different look. That's a fair point. So maybe pick the name and then do the wrap ideas. By the way, I didn't mention this. Something that we're doing at the 2023 shows I haven't done before and I'm very excited about is we have a backdrop. So, like this backdrop here, you've seen this backdrop. This is the one that just lives in this room, but we have the bigger ones that we have for you to take photos in front of. And then our amazing videographer, Tony, who will be in Texas. Art can't make it, but Tony's going to be there. And his second shooter is going to do photography for us. But they do some interviews in front of this too. But I got a backdrop made that Natalia designed for me, and I just love it so much. And it says, "Where are you from?" And we're going to bring it to all 3 shows, but each show is going to have its own color sticker, and it's a map of all 50 states on there. I might have to have like something on the side if anybody's international, but I don't know of anybody coming international yet. Except for Canadians. No, I think she put Canada on there too. I'll have to go double check what it looks like. But it's gonna have each show. So like Texas will have its own color sticker, and you're gonna put your sticker where you're from, and then at the end of Florida, we'll see from all 3 shows where everybody has come from to come hang out with us. And I'm so excited for it. This is not an original idea. I saw it at a different show and I just loved it so much. And I'm like, I want to do it so bad for mine. Oh my gosh, Nova, that's hilarious. The mystery machine. I think, did you post that earlier? Somebody posted something like that. It's so funny. Scooby-Doo. It's Scooby-Doo right there. But yeah, so I'll take all the names that I saw earlier. I'll come up with a poll. I'll put it in Patreon and I'll put it on the Facebook group. Maybe I'll put it onto on Instagram as well. I find that like our followers on Instagram aren't on our group, and sometimes vice versa. And then YouTube is like, I wish all the people who watched this would all just go to YouTube too, because I feel like all the comments come in so much better on YouTube. But we stream to both so that you can watch it later on all the locations. All right, y'all got me for like 10 more minutes, and then I have to go be a mom and go pick up my child from tutoring. But if y'all have any more questions, please ask me, because that's what I'm here for, to answer everything. Magic Show Bus is my vote. Alex, I'm not going to lie, I might need help compiling all the names and coming up with a poll, because there's so many good ones. But Alex, what if I get a bus in the future and that becomes this Magic Show Bus? Oh yeah, see you soon. I'm so excited. We're still heavily prepping for the show, but like as it gets closer, it's nervous because I want everybody to have such a good time, but I'm also so excited because it's our first time in Texas doing this show, and I just think it's going to be just as fun as all the other shows we've done, but just different. I don't know how else to explain it. Yay, more spreadsheets. I'm glad you're starting to like this spreadsheets, Alex. I think when I hired Alex, I was just like, you're going to have to learn to love spreadsheets. And they're like, okay, sure. No, I really meant it. We really like spreadsheets. That's me. The Sewmobile. I love it. So many good things. Alex, it can be one spreadsheet. It can be van names on one tab. On another tab, it can be where do people want to next me, and then another tab could be where do people want other events, because where people want to expo versus where people want retreats are 2 very different things. Yeah, Kristen, hands down, spreadsheets are the best. Oh, another thing that's going to close here shortly is going to be the swag shop. Obviously I will be driving out several days before the show, so I think I'm going to close it next Tuesday or Wednesday. So if there's any retail fabrics or anything that you wanted, please put those orders in like today or tomorrow. That way we can get them packaged and shipped out to you. We're dwindling down on how much Texas fabric I have left. There's like, when I say Texas, we ran it for our Texas show. Like it's got the boots on it, but there's some that we ran for Texas that aren't specifically like Texas themed, that you can use for any of the shows, but they're in retail right now. And I have so many bases, but I put in a huge order with my supplier, and I think that's going to be arriving. It's going to be arriving around the time that we come back from Texas or while we're there. So I'm going to have somebody come check on my house. Am I bringing mauve joggers to Texas? Of course I am. I actually need to put in, I'm looking because they're on the other side of this. I need to put in another order because we're very low. Y'all wiped me out almost on all the mauve joggers I bought. So I need to put in one more order and get it in and have Becky make all the joggers But the mauve, light gray, and black will be at Texas for sure, as well as Spirit jerseys, hoodies. This is we don't have this online on the site, but this is going to be one of the options for the hoodies. It's the same brand as what Lauren did. Hers was like a bright colored tie-dye. This is the pastel version. Coincidental, I promise. And I asked her permission. I'm like, hey, you cool? I'm not trying to double dip on you. But this is one of the hoodie options. This is the one I created for myself. This is the It's Fine logo on it. This is not something we will offer in the booth, I don't think, but it's something I did for myself. It doesn't say Expo. It just says So Magical. Because at this point, we're now So Magical Events, not just So Magical Expo, because we have cruises, retreats, workshops, all these things. But yeah, the 3 colors of joggers will be there: hoodies, Spirit jerseys, fabrics, duckies, the webbing, caveat. And then I have a ton of stickers. I didn't have the stickers for Florida, but I ordered a ton of stickers. They're going to be at Texas. Am I going to do Tennessee fabric? I want to so much, but I'm like lacking inspiration right now. I had a very clear vision of what I wanted for Florida. I knew what I wanted for Texas. And for Tennessee, like, I love the VIP shirts. I showed them off in the Patreon call on Tuesday. I love the Tennessee VIP design because we're going like a music theme, but I just haven't like been uber inspired yet. So maybe that's something I'll pull as well. I always, whenever I come up with an idea, Natalia designs it for me. I've done a couple of the fabric designs myself in the past, but for the most part, I source that out unless I like know clearly what I want, because that's not my forte. But maybe I'll have her come up with a couple designs, and I always pull it in Patreon, but maybe I'll do something. Go ahead, Alex, run with it. Yeah, if you got an idea, let me know. Yes, you do have Procreate. There is one fabric design that I created that my strikers didn't even get when I put this pre-order in. It's not specific to a SME location. It's just something I really, really, really wanted for myself, like to design. But I ordered it when I put in the pre-order. I'm trying to find it. It's on my phone. It's not even on my computer, even though I ordered it. You would think it'd be on there, right? It's this logo. It's Fine. This was an idea of mine for the longest time. I had it designed and I was like obsessed with it. It's on so many of my Spirit jerseys and such. Oh my gosh, where's this dang photo? I'll share it with you. Give me a sec. There it is. Right. Ooh. Okay. So this is a fabric design that I will have out. So when the cruise retail fabric drops, after I get this last pre-order in, that will be a limited pre-order or a limited retail. And then I'm hoping, it'd be great to have a Tennessee fabric. I'm hoping that I can have it. And if that's the case, then I could do a Tennessee pre-order with that as well. Yeah, it's a little sneaky peeky. But I love it so much. That was one I designed myself. I did the colorway and everything. They're known for their whiskey. Tennessee's known for whiskey for sure. I try to be careful because some things I don't want to offend certain people, but a whiskey fabric might be fun. I'm demanding some of it. Yes. Don't worry, Alex. I'll make sure you can get some. I ordered a lot of it in vinyl and waterproof canvas, but I also got it in knits. I might have ordered it in chiffon too, because I'm like, I want a beach cover up that just has sewing machines that say it's fine on it, because why wouldn't I for the cruise? So yeah, so that's something a little different that I kind of designed myself that's already in with my printer. I'm hoping it's here when I get back from Texas. But yes, hoping to have a Tennessee fabric. And then maybe a new design for Florida this year. Still obviously sticking with our normal themes. And I don't know, maybe something unique to Florida. I think that one's going to be a fun one. I think a lot of people are going to like that one for like personal makes. I don't know how many people not in the sewing machine world or the sewing world will get it. So if you haven't seen it, it's this one. It's fine. Logo. It was like inspired by that meme of the dog sitting with all the fire around him. And then also the dumpster on fire, I think was like the logo of 2020. All right, y'all. It is 5:30 my time. I haven't seen any questions come in, so I'm going to take it. Y'all are good to go. I'm going to go ahead and hop off for the day. I will try to come back on here in the next few days. Every few days, whenever I see a chance, I'm going to hop on. It may not be in the evening. It might be during the day. So they will be available to rewatch on both Facebook and YouTube. But I hope y'all had fun hanging out with me. If you came on at the end, go rewatch the portion with Julie from Off the Wall Quilt. There was lots of great information, lots of fun things about her as a vendor and teacher. And I can't wait to see all of y'all in Texas or a retreat or Tennessee or a cruise or wherever I'm going to see you this year. I just can't wait. If I haven't met you yet and you see me running around with my bright orange shirt and now green hair, please come say hi, give me a hug, tell me what your name is, and first and last name, because y'all's profile pictures don't always match who you are. Sometimes it's a picture of a sunflower. But please come see me. I love hugs. Give me hugs. Tell me who you are. And I just can't wait. All right, I'm going to get off before I get sappy. Have a great night, y'all. Bye.